The last group of you had left off, you had managed to convince Raynar Neverember that he should join you in venturing down below the city streets into the Vault of Dragons, where you had spoken with once more the old wizened dwarf named Barak. After a brief discussion, Barak admitted that he seemingly already understood that the vast amount of money stored within this vault was not acquired by legit means, and he let his bargain with Dagult Neverember get the better of him. And upon realizing that fact and talking with the party, you had convinced him that it should be returned to its rightful owners, the city entirety of Waterdeep. Not entirely sure, excuse me, not entirely sure how you guys would transport all of those gold pieces and different bits of materials out of that vault. You had all decided to rush over to Bagirian's palace to speak with the Open Lord that evening and let her know of the situation and what has transpired. Although it's rather late in the evening already, and a gentle stillness of the city street kind of takes over as you guys make your way across the open plaza before you reach the large ramp of the palace. You are greeted by a few of the guards that are at the entrance, and upon short conversation, it was seemingly understood that you were expected by the Open Lord and granted entry within the palace once more. Give me 1 second. Sorry, my throat is not cooperating with me. So as you pass through the main gate and you enter into the central courtyard, you can see now that there are various amounts of torchlight emanating all throughout the interior of this large space. One of the guards that escorts you into the inside of the castle walls, he begins to walk towards the familiar long stairwell that led into the great hall before he says, "Right, follow me." And as you guys proceed on forward, you're led through a bit of a winding maze of hallways and stairs, and you're not entirely sure what direction you guys are at within the walls of the castle itself. You definitely proceed further along the hallway on the second floor where you had once stopped and entered into that large courtroom-like chamber. But you don't seem to be going there. You seem to be going further on, and what appears to be going towards one of the western spires of this castle. You're led up through another flight of stairs, and then upon exiting a smaller hallway led into a more shall we say comforting but still elaborate interior, where you can see that there's a beautiful mahogany looking desk and hundreds of books along the walls. You can see sitting behind that desk currently the Open Lord, just gazing out behind through an open pane window. And as you all enter into the chamber, she stands up and turns to look at the group of you. "Well, I was expecting the lot of you. I hope you bring good news."
Hopefully it's good news.
On the chest.
Say again?
We found the treasure.
Well, that most certainly is good news to my ears. Where is it, may I ask?
Underneath Elminster's old tower, the complication is that tower is now owned by somebody else, and they are laying claim to vault.
She takes a moment to mull this over and think about it, and then looks back up to the group of you and responds, "Well, I suppose that can't be helped. I think we can come to some sort of arrangement with them. Did you speak with them, or do you happen to just know that they own the property?"
We did speak with her. It's Esavel. I lost the last name. I say the last name.
Ah, the Rosnar family. I see. Oh, it would make sense that they, have tried to reclaim past glory and maybe once again start dabbling within the estates and properties within the city. I'm sure we can come to some sort of compromise. And she looks at one of the guards, because there are two guards that stayed within the chamber with you that are just kind of like, sentries in the room. And she kind of signals to one of them to beckon forward, and then she leans over and looks at them and says, "Go gather a couple men. According to our friends here, there's quite a large sum to recover. Go ahead and
At least 500,000 gold.
go ahead and take the necessary precautions and transport required, and let us begin moving those things." And with that, you watch as he quickly turns and leaves out of the room. Well, I don't assume it will be within an hour or so that everything is finished, but once everything is collected and inventoried, I'm certain we can make sure that you are also adequately compensated for your efforts. And I want to deeply thank each and every one of you. And you watch as she reaches into a drawer on the desk, and she pulls out what appears to be some kind of like badge or token or something, and she kind of sets it onto the table. "This symbol of the watch is only given to those who I have deemed trustworthy. It it bears the signifying rank of captain within the City Watch. I entrust this to you as a token of my faith and gratitude." So she hands this to you guys.
Do we all get one?
No,
Just,
you get one.
Okay.
Please, I highly recommend you do not lose it.
What is it for? If only one of us gets it.
She chuckles slightly at your comment, Perry, and she says, "As a group, the lot of you are now considered a representative of protectors and oversight within the city. Should you run into any local trouble, or the City Watch seems to give you any problems, just show them this, and they will know that whatever your purpose, it is approved." This is not
That'll come in
something
handy.
this is not something that I can just give out in mass. It takes a long time to prepare such badges, and only a certain few have them. So consider yourself amongst those lucky ones.
Well, it's definitely an honor.
Well, it does not come free. And you watch as she kind of smirks a little bit on the side of her face.
There's a catch.
Only should you wish to partake in it. But nevertheless, you are still gifted this present with the expectation that you will ensure that your actions within the city are justified and that you do not just brazenly use your rank for selfish means. I do not know if any of you have heard, but I'm sure it's been in some of the local broadsheets. But we have had an ambassador of the country Thay these past few weeks. It has been a bit of a troublesome bit of negotiation, as Thay is quite far away from us and they seem to be in quite a predicament. I would like to... Go ahead.
What do they need?
What do they need, is what you said?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were continuing the narrative. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Trying to think of the right way to word this. It seems that the country of Thay is at war with some of its neighboring allies. And by ally, that I say that in the most tenuous sense. But the ambassador that has traveled long and far to reach us has been begging for our assistance. It seems that the eastern countries of Murgom and Merholand are planning to overthrow the Thane country and have already invaded into its borders. While to the west, Thesk and Aglarond fail to assist its neighboring country, as they feel that they have no need to get involved into such politics and problems. But as time has gone on and these negotiations have dragged out, we've seemed to have come to some sort of middle ground, and this is where I will ask for your assistance. The Zulkir, Valras Sakar, one of the leading council members of Thay, will be traveling here and arrive within a week. We will have a formal dinner of sorts where we can further come to negotiations and settle on an agreement to assist them in their continuing struggles. I would like the lot of you to attend this dinner and just get a sense of what is going on.
You intend to aid those people?
That is something that we are still working on as to the extent of our aid. But as it seems right now, the country has been continuously attacked by its neighbors, and no one wants to help.
And they deserve everything they're getting.
She looks at you curiously. But she quickly goes back to addressing the group of you as a whole. Thay is known for its unique magiocrity. They have quite a large number of arcanists who are readily able to produce magical items, something that we along the city of Waterdeep and the rest of the Sword Coast do not. If some sort of trade arrangement can be had with them, it would certainly benefit us as a whole. While tension grows with to the south of us, we find our allies, similar to Thay's, want to stay out of it as much as possible. And a lot of inward looking is going on lately. So we are doing the best we can. But don't get me wrong. There are many countries between Thay and here. And I do have my own suspicions. But as the Open Lord, I must consider all possibilities. So, should you accept this formal invitation, I would like you all to return to the palace and join us.
What kind of tensions that is going on with Am? It's in Baldur's Gate between you and Am.
Is a city of great wealth.
Am's a country.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Calarian.
Does she mean Katla?
She doesn't know that.
No. I misspoke. As a whole is a very enriched country, operated mostly by its merchants. It is a large competitor with the Sword Coast. And while yes, Baldur Gate lies between us, and there is no open hostilities within the country, further investigation into Floon Blagmar and his dealings with outsiders have revealed that is slowly trying to overtake trade routes that are a central part of our economy here within the Sword Coast. The High Road in particular is slowly gaining, for lack of a better word, tolls and guard posts that are not authorized by anyone. That road is meant to be open and unbiased for all to travel. Now, while these things do not encroach onto our borders as of yet, it has become quite worrisome, as now many of the traders from Tatir and Kalamshan have been having to use the sea and travel further around the country, as will not allow them safe passage through. I do not know I don't know what the intentions are behind recent aggression against the South. But as I said, there have been no reports of any outward hostility or battles being raged on. It just seems to be a tactic to control the flow of wealth coming to the north. But we will leave that for another time.
You don't want to. So you don't want us to do anything about it?
At the moment, it has not been such a problem that we have had to deal with the city of Antkala or any of its populace directly. Other merchants that are finding their way here, and we are doing the best to accommodate. If tension continues to rise, then we will begin to seek ulterior ways to rebuild some sort of trade routes once more. Ever since the Cult of Dragons attempted to resurrect a lot of tension between these eastern countries, people, as I had said, had been looking inward, protecting themselves first, and where once most of the Sword Coast and Eltegard have openly tried to help others in need, people are becoming selfish. They are worried that another catastrophe could strike us once more. So, will you join me for a rather humble request for dinner?
Of course.
Do you know the menu?
It's not something that I particularly handle, as I have many other important duties to consider. But if there's something specific that you request, just let us know in advance. I'm sure we can accommodate you.
Peanut butter. It's been so long since I had like really good peanut butter.
Uh,
But
a
yeah, we'll totally join you. That sounds cool.
a a careful smile stretches across her face, as almost if you get the sense that it's, a political smile, for lack of a better term. It's just as a, okay, whatever you need, we'll handle it. And she once more thanks you for taking the time to locate the Vault of Dragons and uncover this much needed currency. What do you guys want to do?
Guess we'll join her for dinner.
Okay,
Is there
it's
time
in a
to
week from
kill?
now. Yeah, you have a week.
Oh. Alright.
Would you like us to help oversee the transport of the gold? I mean, you're going to need us to get in, so at the least we need to accompany your guards there.
Absolutely. If the group of you want to aid in that collection and protection as it is brought back to the city's coffers, I'm more than grateful for the service. And then once all of that has been returned to the city and accounted for, we can appropriate a sizable reward for you.
Sounds agreeable.
Nice. But with that, I mean, she kind of gestures you towards the other guard who is still standing there within the room, and she informs them that to take the group of you over to the one of the captain's main quarters, where they're in the process of coordinating. You could see as you kind of walk out into the courtyard once more. Now there are at least a dozen or so like horse-drawn wagons that are just being strapped in and attached to these carts. You can see that there is a number of individuals that are just in the process of like double checking their gear, not entirely sure what's going on. But within enough time, you guys can escort them over to the Sea Ward, and lead a few of them through the familiar tower back down into the chamber below. You do it. You guys would be up a little late, way into the early morning doing this. However, within enough time they realize, oh, okay, hey, and they actually bring the appropriate tools because you tell them that, like, bridges are broken, there are things that are dangerous in there, and they actually bring enough material with them to help transport this stuff. But I would say, like, within maybe 4 to 6 hours, and you guys, as you first get down into the chamber, you can see Barak is there, and within slight conversation, he says, "Ah, so you finally returned. Well, I'll leave it the rest to you then." And you watch as he just slowly begins to turn and exit out of the chamber, and he just starts walking past, and then just out of sight. Not entirely sure where he goes.
Okay. So, like, are we
So
now hauling this back, or is
well,
this?
yeah,
we...
I mean, this is a process. I mean, it's going to take you guys a couple hours. We don't have to, like, go through the step by step on it, but there are
Okay.
the city guard, not the city watch, have provided enough support and materials to easily transport this stuff back over to Pagirian's palace, and you all can escort them along the way. If you guys have any questions or things you want to ask them, obviously you can. But within enough time, all that money can be transported back to the city palace, and then at this point, it's like you guys are already breaking into dawn, and daybreak has already emerged, and you guys are, like, exhausted, like, not physically, but you're getting to the point where, like, Jesus Christ, we've been up all night.
Oh, yeah, I assume we would be physically exhausted too, because we haven't really rested since I one-shot that demon.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry, devil.
you guys are getting to that point. So you guys
Sleeping late.
yeah. So, I mean, unless you guys want to do anything before heading back home for the day, it's up to you.
Could we run into that chick again at all, or she's just still AWOL?
You do not see Eastvale during the entire process of transporting that money.
Can we just leave a note on the door for her or something?
Sure.
Like, go talk to the open lord.
I would just say let's forget she exists and deal with the revenge plot line later.
I guess we could go that route. I mean, we told the open lord she exists. So.
Yep.
As far as I can see it, we did our job, and it's no longer on our.
Fair enough. We do not leave a note.
God damn it, Tizio. So you don't leave a note?
I guess not.
Okay.
Tizio would secretly leave a note and his location.
Oh,
You're leaving a booty card?
No, I'm leaving a note of, hey, the gold's been taken, but there's Open Lord has agreed to, essentially compensate her.
Okay, noted. Okay. So you easily manage to write that and leave that in a visible place that you think she will find it. But with the sun rising, you guys now, you can feel your muscles starting to ache and your stomachs begin to rumble as you guys begin to realize, like, damn, we've been up all night. I would say at this point, as you guys are escorting the last of the gold back within the city's gates, everybody roll me a D100.
suppose if there's time, I want to think about trying to figure out what this these beans and cards are that were in my boots.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can definitely do that. Where are you trying to do that at? Back home or within the palace?
I would say I'll do it when I get back home.
An evil reroll for 1.
Also, I don't know if I need to tell you or not, but I am putting those boots on.
Okay, well, I mean, you don't really know what they are yet, but they look really cool,
Oh.
so you can definitely put them on.
Well, then I guess I'll wait until I get back to those two.
Yeah,
I'll look them over for you, Calarian. Don't worry.
yeah.
Neat.
So, no, she cannot re-roll the D100. But you guys are all fine. So, with the last of the treasure being escorted back to the palace, one of the guards that are there, a captain of sorts. Let me see what his name was. Do 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 do. Captain Sharinda Havalandor. They kind of look over to you, and she. You can see that there are multiple scars across her face and arms, and she has a very flat and like gruff voice. And she's like, "Well, if that wasn't a pain in my ass, I don't know what is. But we'll get the appropriate people to count this crap out, and I guess we'll call for you once it's done. At least that's what the Open Lord wants anyway. And go on, get the hell out of here." And you're kind of taken aback by the rudeness of it, as you guys have just spent quite a long time helping them lift loads and loads of this stuff out.
Well, we
What
have a
race is he?
She
Aaron,
is
what
a
race is he?
human,
Okay. No.
and she appears to be like, as far as like complexion goes, like Chondathan. But nothing too, peculiar about her, other than the fact that you can see as she walks by, other guards, like, they just get the hell out of her way. She definitely strikes fear within the people, and she definitely has an air of authority about her. Like, she looks like she's been through some shit. But you guys make your way back home, and the first thing you notice, pinned to your door of Trollskull Manor, as it is now currently empty. Like, dawn is already hit. It's now super early in the morning. The sun is already cresting over the horizon. The tavern's been locked up for the evening. You're not entirely sure what had happened for the day, but there's a note on the door, and you can see pinned to a small envelope what appears to be a pair of cat's eyes.
Like literal cat's eyes?
No.
Or the gem?
Not a gem either. You take a moment.
Rock.
Perry, you would recognize it. This is the same symbol from Vincent Trench.
That's the private eye, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Vincent must want to come visit him.
Is it an envelope or just a piece of paper?
It's an envelope, and as you peel it off the door, there's a note inside, addressed to you, Perry.
Anthrax.
Can I read it?
Yeah. You guys step inside. The interior of Trollskull Manor is super clean. Things seem to have been taken very good care of and put back in place. Nothing out of place or anything crazy like that.
I would assume at some point we did give a spare key to Vanessa. To
Yeah.
This place, right?
Yeah. Because you guys, I think, like, the second night you hired her, she didn't have a way to do it. But you guys
figured
give her
it would happen indirectly or something.
Yeah. So, you kind of take this letter, Perry, and as you skim over it, Vincent, he writes to you and he says, "Mr. Ironhill, while it has been one of the more challenging tasks task that I have been given in quite some time, I have finally discovered a little bit more information as to what you seek. As of about a week ago, this artifact in particular was in the hands of the Castellanters, a noble family within the city of Waterdeep. Bankers by trade, collectors by hobby. It seems they've been running into a bit of financial trouble themselves, and have since shipped off this artifact as a means of collecting revenue for themselves. I currently know not where the object is, only that it was passed over to a man named Henrik. But as far as I can tell, it is no longer within the city. Yours truly, Vincent Trench.
What? They hear in the wrong damn city?
Seems like you were close.
Yeah, I have to go find this. Maybe you can find. Vincent can find the other guy now.
You recognize the name Henrik? Or?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I recognize it.
Sorry, I was muted on my mic somehow. Can I see that letter?
You don't recognize the name, Perry.
Ava holds out her hand for the note.
What?
Ava's holding out her hand for the note. She's asking.
You want to see it?
Yes.
Perry will give it to her, yes.
Sure. You read it over, and once more again, it says that a family known as the Castellanters, which you guys recall, you actually sold some artwork to. The name, you see the name Henrik written. There's unfortunately no detail about like a descriptor of the person, or you're not sure if it's a coincidence.
I might know this person.
Where do they live? Or reside?
A little bit of here, a little bit of there, but I know the places we can find them.
Well, where can you find him?
She's going to glance at Ellis. The kinds of bars you might not want to go into.
Is it a bar?
We were associates.
Is it a weird thing, or?
Sorry, didn't hear that.
Is it a bad thing that you know it?
No, he's a friend. He might be expensive.
Does he seem like the kind of person who would collect an old artifact like that?
Maybe. He seems like the kind of person who might sell it. If you want to see this thing again, we should find him as soon as we can.
Well, you know where to find him.
I'm sorry. Maybe like I got cut behind, but are we missing something?
No, I'm looking for something.
Oh, okay. What are we looking for?
It's a piece to an engine over at back home. That it's like an ancient engine that runs the city. I just needed to send it back home so my father can complete the engine.
Oh. Yeah, that seems pretty pretty like energetic.
And was it stolen from the city or lost?
It was lost. The engines have remained unused for hundreds, probably maybe thousands of years. And just recently, my father got roped into having to repair them. And so I imagine the piece that's just it was impossible to recreate, just created by or stolen from by scavengers at one point.
Sounds like we need to find this Henrik dude.
Will your dad give us cool presents for fixing his machine?
Well, if you consider me a master craftsman, then he is much better than me, so maybe. But getting there would take a very long time. Getting here was no small journey.
Anyone proficient in history? Go ahead and roll a
Yeah.
history check.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Even bullshit. But
Talum and Tizio, you guys, you know, after talking with Perry for a little bit, you know, he mentions, you know, he's from Port Damali. You guys don't know too much about Port Damali as it is extremely far away. Like, even for you, Talum, like, Port Damali is far. It's beyond Thay. And from what you remember reading about in glances and passages, there is a large and bustling city, a group of cities, city-states, known as the Clovis Concord. These city-states are all run and operated by these marquises of each of these little cities on their own, and they range in all various different types of you know, weapon selling to mercantile to just trade in general. And it's a very bustling city right near the water's edge. There's a couple cities that don't touch the water at all, but they still manage to find ways to generate revenue, especially through agriculture and other means. Unfortunately, you guys are not too familiar with this machine that Perry is referring to, but you've heard rumors, Talum, of maybe a long time ago, Port Damali and its neighboring city Nicodranas used to be heated and powered by these vast steam engines, and you're not entirely sure if it was something magical in nature or man-built.
So if we're able to recover this thing, how do we get it back?
We'll just hire someone to send it back, probably.
You would-
Probably
try-
I'm just going on with my life, but as long as my father's work can be completed, so he doesn't any more trouble with the marquise.
You would trust someone else to deliver it?
Hopefully, if I pay them enough gold. Pay them enough, maybe they'll just take it back. I'm sure there's couriers out there.
Perry, you would recall prior to you leaving via airship that your father had commissioned to get you here. The chief scientific officer, a young halfling, with a very, it's hard to describe. You know, one moment it looks like he could kill you, the next moment it looks like he's going to be your friend. But you remember him as Tralanash. Tralanash Zamerk. He specifically told you that once you locate the object in question, reach out to him through magical means, and he will get to you.
Yes, that's how I'll do it. Some guy will reach out to me, and I'll give it to him through his means.
And it's a man you trust?
I wouldn't say trust, but I imagine he cares more about this piece than I do. So
Oh, hopefully we can find it.
it's no time to waste. We go to sleep, or are we still?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are still up. It's super early in the morning. You guys are just kind of loitering around the bottom floor of the tavern, just talking about all the events for the day, alone in your home.
Hey, someone
Talamar.
want to look at these beans, boots, and cars?
I'll do it in the morning, and I walk upstairs and go to bed.
Well, then I'm gonna look at it and see what I can determine.
Sure. Make an Arcana check. Oh, are you proficient in Arcana?
No.
Make an Intelligence check.
Yay! You sure are boots.
We roll it.
Perry's looking at them with you because it's crafted things. So Perry, like you're kind of looking over Calarian's shoulder, and these boots, like, they're beautifully made. You don't work with leathers most of the time. You have with, hilts and various bits of leather wrapping for handles, and the padding for certain parts of shoulders and plate mail and things like that. So you're familiar with leathering. This leather it's dyed green, but it doesn't look dyed. It almost looks like a natural green leather. You're not entirely sure where it came from, and it's beautifully traced with what appears to be like tree branches and leaves, and it's interlaced, and it's very beautiful to look at. And you gather that over time, looking at them, they appear to be elven in make. You're not entirely sure what they do, but you kind of see as like Calarian kicks his boots off and like starts to slide one in, and at first it's too small for his foot, but as he tries to force his foot in there, the shoe itself almost seems to expand a little bit to encompass his feet. And then it fits perfectly.
Yes. Harry will just ritual cast. You know what? I'll just cast Identify just to get it over with.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. You immediately recognize these are now boots of elven kind.
Oh, boots of Elvenkind. Gosh. Or quieter? I can't remember.
You would know that while wearing these boots, your footsteps make no sound, regardless of the surface that you're walking on.
This will be good for your loud footsteps, Calarian.
I just smile.
You can see the large, protruding, jagged teeth of Calarian just brim out to a wide grin.
Oh gosh, what's wrong with your face?
What do you mean?
That's his pooping face.
My face.
It looked like you were hungry or something. I don't know. It was weird.
I don't know. Haven't eaten in a while.
The deck of cards and this leather satchel, while it's peculiar to have found some dried out beans sitting in a boot sitting inside a vault of treasure. You're not entirely sure what they are. You kind of pick one out and you look at it and give it a sniff. It seems extremely dried out and devoid of any water.
I sniff it.
Say again?
I sniff it.
Sure. It's part of an investigation process, just kind of getting all the sensory parts of it.
All right.
It just appears to be a normal bean. Doesn't appear to have anything weird to it. You're not sure. You throw it back in the bag regardless. The deck, as you look at them, there's about 19 or so cards that are wrapped in this satin piece of cloth, and it looks beautiful. And as you kind of unfurl the cloth and take out the deck and you start flipping through, the cards are made of this like thick parchment material. You're not entirely sure, and there's very intricate interweaving lacing on the backs. And as you like flip the deck over to go look at the front side of them, all the cards are blank. They're just completely white, void of any imagery.
Some misprint deck of Cards Against Humanity.
Sure. But currently, as you just kind of rifle through them, you don't see anything on the front face of them.
Did you by chance see my DM on Discord?
I did not. I'm sorry.
Take care of that now if it's possible.
Aha. If
I know one party
he-
couldn't.
Well, hold on. Because I have to look at a spell.
Well, I think for the spell part, it would be done by that one dude.
Well, so here's the thing, right? There's a combination of both. Like, you have two people in your party that could make it work. I mean, it wouldn't be an on-off object. It would be something that like kind of like a hooded lantern that you would have it. You would have to like unhood the lantern so that it would reveal the light, and then close it again to kind of turn it off. At least the way I'm thinking of. But you would have to ask them and see what kind of contraption they come up with. That would be pretty awesome, and it's possible to do.
Hey Perry,
Yes.
you think you can make me some sort of basically a flashlight that I can attach to my armor?
So light source on your armor.
Yeah. Don't have to deal with torches and keep my hands on.
Possibly. I feel like that's more of an enchantment.
Sorry, what?
I feel like that would be more of an enchantment unless you're looking for just like a lantern that you could light with some oil.
Well, yes, there would be. I was thinking of an enchanted ball bearing with light on it, and then insert it into a tube. Like you would do the tube and attachment to the armor piece.
Yeah, I suppose that would be easy enough. I guess it's just the cost of material.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. The ball bearing is about maybe the size of a nickel or so, and I mean, you can find a metal rod that you can hollow out and get a ball bearing to sit in there and kind of have it so that it's got like a small, not a latch, but like a small like nub or something, so where that the ball bearing won't fall out when Galarian bends over or rolls backwards, so it just stays like stuck in place. Um,
Kind of like crimping them, basically.
yeah, but the problem that you're mulling over is that you know from casting your light spell, after an hour, someone else has to cast it again, unless you spend time to permanently enchant this ball bearing, and then he will constantly have this light on.
That would be the goal. I'm not sure what the cost to get something permanently enchanted would cost.
I mean,
Did you guys do that with a guitar?
Yeah, it was a fairly simple spell. We enchanted on it. It wasn't too expensive. I don't recall the exact price, like 25, 50 gold, something like that.
Oh, is it? Okay. Not sure to say that said. I don't even know how much gold I have.
yeah. So you guys, just for
Very
your
good.
sake, you would know that depending on the level of the spell and depending on how quickly you're trying to get it done would determine, for lack of a better term, how long it would take to enchant. If it was something you were trying to do on your own, most base level enchantments, even though it's a cantrip, you'd have to constantly be casting on it every day for at least 6 hours or so, just repetitive.
Okay.
It would probably take you maybe a week or so to do on your own, but it'd be free, and you have enough materials at your disposal to do it yourself.
What would it be to get that Dragonborn guy to do it?
If you work with Rashal, and how fast are you trying to get it done?
Before our next jaunt in the sewers. So tomorrow morning, probably.
That's a couple hours.
So if you want it done within a day, I mean, Rashal would tell you like at the minimum it'll take him 3, because there's no way he can enchant something in a day.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It's
but
'cause you can go in the sewers a lot.
he can probably do it. It would take him about 3 days to do, and he would have to hire a couple other people, but he could do it for maybe about 20 gold.
Okay. I'd say 3 days would probably be fine. I mean, we're just kind of spitballing right now. I'm not actually talking
Oh,
to him right now.
sure, sure.
Because, running on fumes and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing would be, does Perry know how to make, like, an iris door kind of thing? So, like, what I mean, if it's going to be permanently on, I need to somehow turn it off so I'm not, blinding whoever I'm talking to.
Right.
But like a little, kind of like almost like a dimmer switch where turn it one way and it closes the other way,
That's
opens up.
interesting. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, because you're trying to, so Tizio would probably be the better person to talk to about this, because if you would notice that when he's wearing his armor, the chest piece that he has in the center of his armor, when it generates that lightning bolt out of the center, it actually has a like almost kind of like a shutter door that slides open on a mechanical level before radiating out this energy and then closing again.
Okay.
So this would be something that you would have to work in tandem with the two of them. It's a harder DC just because you are altering your armor to not lower its AC and to add in a beneficial property to it. But possible.
Well, I mean, I would imagine it would lower the AC. It's just like slap it on the shoulder and just weld on a little thing.
You're
Or rivet
more than
or
welcome
whatever.
to try.
Put it on your chest like Iron Man.
I mean, I think the chest would probably be more complicated than the shoulder-mounted flashlight.
So it's up to you.
It's
But
on the shoulder.
Yeah, so you can totally talk with Tizio and work with Perry and try to get that accomplished.
Suppose, how would we go about the... if I have to change out my armor, though, too? Swapping it around.
I Tizio, have you gone to bed yet, or are you just kind of listening to Perry's conversation with Calarian?
Oh, I thought they were having the conversation somewhere else or whatnot.
I don't know. It's up
I
to
mean,
them.
I would imagine we're probably in the common room or something. We didn't really establish where we are.
Sure. Yeah, we'll say you guys are just upstairs in your home area, just talking as you guys are trying to eat stuff and get ready for bed. And you could have overheard it, Tizio.
Are mirrors a thing?
Yeah, mirrors or things.
So I wanted to like try and amplify the light with mirrors.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say as well. I can, I don't know if there's like graps around or anything like that, but like I'll kind of go into my satchel and just kind of grab like a ball bearing and use my magical tinkering to do the light um, function thing. It's not that bright. It's only 5 feet radius, and then dim light for an additional 5. But then it's like, kind of explaining it to them along with Perry how, like, if we put mirrors here and here, like, we can kind of amplify it to be more direct in front of you. Just have to work on a little. And if you want it shoulder mounted, I can possibly make something where it kind of retracts to your back facing up, and when it does that, it kind of cuts the flashlight or the light, and then when you can pop it back out so that it faces directly in front of you, it'll kind of open up and you can see in front of you. So it's a bit more direct versus around you. But that can be an idea.
Next question I have then, I guess. How much is breastplate armor and how much is plate mail armor?
Let's see.
Breastplate's better than what I'm wearing.
Plate's expensive shit.
Plate is probably out of my price range, but I still am curious.
Let me check the player's handbook.
I mean, we theoretically are about to get a bunch of gold, so you might be able to get full plate.
We also still have like a bag of gold bars.
Yeah, we also have 2,000 gold in the bag of holding.
We have 8 gold bars.
Worth 500.
Breastplate costs about, well, I mean, depends on the store you go to, but you gather anywhere between 300 to 500 gold pieces.
Breastplate?
Yeah.
Oh damn, I thought it was cheaper than that.
Nope.
Well then.
It takes time to craft.
How much is plate?
Full plate?
Probably a couple thousand.
Yes. Full plate will run you anywhere between 15 to 2,000.
I do not have.
It's 3 or 4 gold bars.
Alright, well, I guess we could plan it and then figure out the armor part later.
Okay. Well, I mean, you guys have technically thought it out, so that's a pretty awesome idea. It just gathering up the material and the armor that you want to try to embed this onto, and then once you feel you have all the components you need, we will make it a skill check.
If the skill check fails, can we do it again and do a skill check?
That depends on the skill check level. Because remember, you are altering armor to... You're not just like, slapping a sticker onto armor. You're kind of welding on or altering or warping the armor a little bit to get it to stick. So, I mean, you got 2 shoulder plates. You fail on one, yeah, theoretically you have a second one you can try it on, or try it in a different location, but at some point, and depending on the roll, it might damage the armor to the point where it needs to be repaired, or it's unserviceable, or it has a lower AC, but you're not sure.
What if we designed the item and then hire it out to like a blacksmith to put on? Does that eliminate the DC and just cost money instead?
I would say if you guys wanted to try to like you did with the guitar and put together some blueprints, it would be an intelligence check of sorts to kind of take time and plan that out, and then find a craftsman who can do that work. Not entirely sure how much it would cost you, but
Mm.
yeah, it's highly possible to eliminate the skill check for that. But then I'm sure Perry would not be happy giving up a quality challenge to someone else.
I mean, it's all talking, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's totally up to you and how you want to get it purchased. If you want
Not
to
trying
go
to shit
through
in anyone's dinner.
no, if you want to go through a guild-approved craftsman to do that thing, you certainly may try.
So I'm curious, do I even have like shoulder pads wearing chain?
No, not with chain.
I was gonna say, hell, I wouldn't even have that with breastplate.
Could we just do like hide shoulder pads then, and just throw it on a hide shoulder pad, and then you can just take it off if you don't want to wear it?
Like a mantle?
Yeah, I suppose a mantle would be better.
Sure. Yeah, you could build a mantle, and that'd be
way
something
you
that would
could-
be more interchangeable.
I'm wondering too. I mean, what if instead of like a shoulder piece, attached to a helmet? That way, it
I can,
it
I can
points,
make a rubber band for that.
points where I'm pointing. These are all thoughts.
These are awesome thoughts. I like it.
Or I could just re-roll his character with dark vision. Moot.
Or there are many alternate solutions. There are many fine arcanists within the city that you can also speak to. You also have a wide array of skills at your disposal with your party members.
Okay.
You may be able to find someone who has something that can provide a quicker fix for what you're doing. But how you tackle it is up to you.
Yep. I think for now, I'm just gonna go to bed. Wait. Can we assume that I ate something?
Absolutely. You were totally doing that while you were talking.
All right. I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone would like to do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I do here.
Yes.
I would like to try and see if I can fuse the crystalline nimble heart. Was it the Nimblewright's heart? Into, I guess, my armor.
Okay. So you can certainly try that. Just note, you've been up for over 24 hours, and at this point, conversing with Calarian and going through items, you would have crossed over that point to where you would take a point of exhaustion already.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was way earlier than
So
that. Okay.
you're sitting there and you have all these thoughts mulling through your head about building this awesome suit of armor with a on-off switch of a light source for Calarian, and then you start thinking about your own armor and how you want to start modifying it, and then you start rubbing your eyes because you start feeling that throbbing sensation in your temples.
Yeah, I will not do that then.
But you're welcome to try if you like.
No, I won't do that
I
right now.
just don't want to set you up for failure.
Well, no, I didn't know it was already past that where we already had like an exhaustion type thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd hold off.
Okay.
So I'm gonna rest before that chick comes after us for runner. Out of money that I don't think was hers, and she should kind of fuck up. It's just me.
All right. So as conversations are had and food is consumed, you all slowly find your way to the various bedchambers of Trollskull Manor for the evening. Talum, you casted Arcane Lock on what area?
No, I didn't. I
You were just
I didn't
popping
have
the
a
spell?
No. I misclicked it. Don't worry about it.
I understand. Okay, Ellis. You eventually all find yourselves some semblance of sleep. you feel exhausted. You feel worn out and tired. The day's events just dragged on seemingly endlessly. Rest finds its way to each of you. Ellis, while normally when you fall asleep, you normally see the vast starry sky above and the familiar dried out grassy plain in front of you, a familiar vision of standing vigilant on guard. Tonight you don't dream at all. And that's where we'll take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes. Sound good, guys?
Let's do it.
Yep.
Alright, see you all in a few.
Oh, what a cliffhanger.
I try.
You're undead, aren't you?
So, essentially, how this is going to work is that you guys have about a week or so of downtime. Is there anything in particular you guys are trying to do in that time prior to the dinner?
Yeah, I have a list.
You do? Okay.
Well, I will have a list in a second. Let me write it down.
Ooh, look, gold.
I'm back.
tickets. Hey, no problem.
We get paid for this.
Yes, absolutely. So,
Have we moved out yet?
of
Or no?
where?
The inn?
I-
begun the day-night thing that we're on?
I mean, you can if you like. I was gonna start where you guys had woken up the following morning. So
Oh,
you guys rested for the day, and essentially you guys wake up super late in the afternoon, as it's well past midday at this point, and you can see now that while the city streets are still bustling, there hasn't been any big changes or surprises that reach your guys' ears as the morning starts. You actually see that Vanessa arrives a little bit early, and she sees you guys, and she says, "Oh, thanks, you guys are here. You didn't see you. You didn't come home last night. I have some good news for you, Calarian.
Nate.
So, I ran over to the Innkeepers Guild, and I put in your formal request for another employee to come here and work at the shop, and I just got word that they'll be starting their first night tonight with us."
It's wonderful news.
It is indeed. We could certainly use the help. It's been a bit of a headache to have Drake running around and breaking barrels. And
I guess whatever we need to do so that his job's supposed to be security, it should only focus on security. If we're getting into a situation where he has to stop doing that, then
well, essentially hiring this new person will do that.
okay. Like if we run into it again, then I would say at that point we know we need to hire an additional person.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do that.
Okay. So, right. That there is a bit of a and you can see there's a bit of a tension, or not tension, hesitation in Vanessa's voice. No, not a hiccup, but well. So the requirements you're looking for are quite extensive as far as what you were requesting, and it seems that there was an individual, a half-elf female, who seemed to be right for the task. The Innkeepers Guild said that she's actually from Western, traveled quite far to get here. She's been looking for work, and well, nobody wanted to hire her because her demands were a little high.
Before we continue, out of character, can you remind me what my requirements were?
You
don't-
had requested basically someone who did exactly what Floon did. They managed the bar, they prepped meals for you guys in the mornings, they took care of general housekeeping.
Wait, I thought we didn't have that butler part because we're adults.
Okay, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Anyways, what was the rest of them?
Um, Essentially from accounting, inventorying, helping with the staff, running the
Manager,
bar itself. Yeah,
a non-app-based manager.
sure. They they found someone who meets all those requirements, and they said that while she is extremely good at her job, she does come at a bit of a high price, but they said rest assured that she has been involved in the expansion of at least 3 businesses while working in Western, and there was an assurance from the Innkeepers Guild that if she were to be hired on board at Trollskull Manor, that you guys would definitely see a great revenue.
Okay. What's the cost then?
The she thinks for a minute and then she goes, I believe the request was about 50 gold a month.
And how much does she make?
How much does
Okay.
Vanessa make? You give
Yeah.
I think you give Vanessa like 2 gold a week.
Oh, so 25 times the cost.
We give Vanessa 1 gold, and mine at least. Unless we pay increase.
I'd have to check my notes. Because you guys were given like Floon 10, you were given there were various amounts. You were given Drake, I think it was like 5.
How profitable is the tavern
Yeah.
currently? Like,
Hasn't been a full month yet, but I mean, if you guys try to like take a moment to try to count what you've earned so far, in the 3 weeks or so that you guys have owned and operated, what did I say you guys were at? I think you guys had about you had 500 or so in your coffer.
I think I have it written down. It's 514 gold last
Yeah.
you told me, I think a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and that was just within the 3 weeks or so that you guys had.
So
initially
realistically,
opened.
we could afford it. And if she's gonna actually up our intake, then I mean, I guess it would end up paying for itself in the long run. Plus, if we, save up for some upgrades, and we get more clientele, and so on and so forth.
we can always fire her. We're in an at-will employment state, right?
Or the
Yeah,
union.
yes, you are.
I was going to
Well,
say,
I
is there
mean-
like an interview process?
so-
you ever-
Carol, goddamn it.
So, I mean, yes, you can hire and fire anyone at will. But I mean, like unionized or whatever, I guess you would consider the guilds are unionized. If you were to start hiring people that were not affiliated with a guild or outside contractors, etc., like that, there may be some
Penalties.
unhappy people.
I think I'd probably best to stay within the good graces of the guilds.
But Vanessa does, although she seems a little timid at the idea of it, especially you're not entirely sure why. But she says that the Innkeepers Guild rests assured that hiring this lady would, what's the right words for it?
No.
This woman promises to expand and generate more revenue than you've ever thought possible.
Get
What
that
do you
in
think,
writing.
Vanessa?
But correct is
Do
you
you-
get half your hit die.
Do you like the lady? Have you met her?
No, I haven't met her myself yet. They weren't there when the request was put in by me to the Innkeepers Guild, but the gentleman that I was speaking with, he 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 did seem very adamant about getting her some form of employment. Yes, Sizio.
But nobody wants to hire her because of her cost, basically.
That is the note of mention that he had mentioned to me. I don't know why. Apparently, according to him, her resume is quite extensive. She was tasked with the expansion of at least two of a what was the name? Gimor's Goods or something like that in Western, and she helped expand out into a couple other places. I've never been there myself, so I don't know if he was stringing me along with a tail, but she seems to be quite good at her job, according to him.
Well, I guess for now it'll work, and we'll see what happens.
I mean, I'm willing to take the risk.
Right. Okay. Well, I came in early because I didn't know where you guys were. Just figured you guys had a long night, and I'd try to swing by and see if everything was okay.
Yeah, just saving the city and stuff.
She doesn't know how to respond to that. She's a little flustered by it, and she's like, okay, well.
How about we give you a raise too?
Sure.
I don't know how
would
much
say
you
no
make
to
now,
that.
but let's double it.
Raises
It's weird,
everyone.
it feels weird to pay someone like 10 times less.
25 times less, apparently.
I mean, I'd really appreciate it. That would, we're a small family, but anything helps, and thank you guys so much.
You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make like a Google Sheets to try and keep track of this shit now. Because it's getting serious.
Expanding. So
You tell us how much we owe you every month, because I have no idea how much you make.
Right. I will. I'll tell you what. I'll ask around to everybody and see what you guys had offered them, and I'll get all that written out for you. And if you guys wanted to increase our pay, I mean, we definitely won't say no to it. I'm extremely happy that I definitely landed a spot here, and it's all thanks to you guys.
So that 514 gold, is that what we've made in like sales since we started? Or is that including any like leftover construction money?
It's a little bit of both. Some of it is sales. If you took some time to kind of sit down and go through the books that Falun was keeping, I want to say I gotta pull up my notes. It's on my other computer, but I think you guys made about 250 in sales, and then the rest of it was yeah, roughly. But then again, like I said, there's been a number of factors that have led to the booming success that you guys have had. This past week, I would say Vanessa would say, like, while you know they're starting to get regulars that frequent the tavern, it's been because of the short staffing. People have just been waiting a little bit longer or not coming in because things were not up to par anymore. It's almost like you guys had a great start and now you guys are kind of like sauntering.
Okay, so there's 10 days in a week, right?
Yes.
Okay, and it's been 3 weeks, so 30 days. So if we've made 250 in profit so far, it's about a little over 8.3 gold a night.
Got to pay your employees well.
Yeah. So yeah, so Vanessa again, she says, you know, like she'll gather up that information for you, and try to get it to you as soon as possible. But she does say that this young lady, her name is Sherry, and she will be working her first night tonight. And then after
Well-
that, she kind of go ahead.
Let us know how she does. She's on
Please tell me
probation.
if she ends up being a tyrant.
Right. Of course. She
No
looks a little,
pressure.
she looks a little scared now.
No, it's just that she's comes with such exorbitant costs. You've worked with us for a few weeks now. We know you well enough, I think, and trust you that you can give us an honest opinion and we can take it into account. So no need to be nervous.
Definitely. Thank you so much. I'll let Kelso know that well, I'm gonna go see him anyway. He's back at the house. And well, you guys all have a great day. Don't die.
Working on it.
And she kind of leaves.
Okay. So Vanessa, Kelso, and
Drake.
Drake. And now Sherry, how do you spell that?
Like Sherri.
Well, I.
Huh, I guessed the spelling. I knew you would pick something weird.
Thanks.
Alright, so Vanessa was making 2 gold a month
I believe that is what you agreed on. Yep.
originally, pre-raise. Kelso, do you know what he was making? Same thing?
Kelso was making the same because they are cousins, and you didn't want to screw him over.
He said Drake was 5 and Sherry was 50 a month.
I believe that was the agreement.
Okay, so Kelso is cook. Vanessa, what role would you say she would be? Like
Barmaid.
Server.
Yeah.
barman. Drake is security. Sherry is what, manager, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. And we're gonna double Vanessa and Kelso, so they're up to 4 each. That's what 8, 13. So it's 63 gold per month on payroll.
Okay, so you're doubling Kelso and Vanessa's pay.
Yep. So they're up to 4 gold a month. Do we up Drake's too, or
Nope. He's leaving soon. Screw him.
is he?
Yeah, he said he had to go somewhere soon. I believe when we hired him.
That is correct. He said that he is happy to pull security for the establishment. He is waiting on word about his hometown of Westgate, and if he hears what he is waiting for, he will have to take his leave.
Do we know if he will let us know, or just he just will stop showing up?
No, he said he would tell you guys that he has to go take care of other important matters.
Okay.
You guys haven't delved into what it was or whatnot. You kind of let him do his own, run his own thing.
Okay. Then I guess we'll wait on that, and then I assume we would get security from Innkeeper's Guild too.
No. Security is outside of the realm of the Innkeepers Guild.
Ah,
You guys found Drake because Ellis fought him valiantly at the Singing Sword. And he
I thought-
just happened to be there for a drink when you guys opened.
I thought we got him because we put on a notice and he came by.
Nope. Ellis fought him and unfortunately
I remember
lost.
that, yeah.
Yeah, and then that a day or two later you guys had the grand opening and he happened to show up because you guys had put out flyers for the grand opening.
Okay.
And then when he saw you a lot, he was like, "Oh, hey, cool." And you guys offered a security job and he accepted.
So is there a security guild we would have to go through then?
There isn't a security guild per se, but I mean there are well, I mean Ellis and Eva would definitely know where to find people of strong build and have a bit of muscle.
guess we will cross that bridge when we come to it, but we should have at least a plan in action. I guess I'm wondering if he would tell us that, hey, this is my last night, and then work it, or like, I gotta go and then leave, and then
he said
we
he
have to
would
stick around.
Yeah,
Security.
he said he would do that.
Okay. Well, you said he'd warn us, not necessarily.
Well, I mean,
away.
He's not gonna disappear at a site. He's gonna at least let you guys know, hey, like, what his timetable is.
Okay.
Nope.
So, I guess I'll take like an hour to identify the random things that we haven't figured out yet.
Absolutely. So if you are taking time to do that, so you do have the Badge of the Watch, which gives you the +2 to AC if you're not wearing a shield. So determine who's going to get that. Excuse me.
I said +2 AC if you don't have a shield.
Correct. It
Yep.
says you gain +2 if you are not using a shield. So
Well, that rules me out.
and it requires attunement, so you guys decide who wants to use that, if at all, or you can just pocket it as a token.
Well, I mean, you can also you can also just get rid of your shield and then use a two-handed weapon.
Very true.
Yeah, but that +2 AC is probably good on someone who doesn't have shield proficiency. Even you, Alice.
Well, it's also really good on someone who does, who can like discard. What I'm saying is, you're all pointing eyes. I can feel them, and I don't want to wear it. So.
I mean, I'll wear it. I'll take +2 AC.
Does Perry use a shield?
I use reckless attack for everything, so I will likely get hit no matter what my AC is. That's what I'm saying.
Well, let's get the list, and then we can distribute all the things.
Yes. So the leather armor that you found is glamored studded leather.
Does that just mean like it never gets dirty?
No. It means that you get a +1 bonus to your AC. You can also use a bonus action to speak the armor's command word and make it look like normal clothing.
Ah.
You can decide what it looks like and all that good stuff. Talum, which you probably already know by now, you get a Ioun Stone of Sustenance. Perry, you had discovered a very beautiful looking Mace of Disruption. Looking at the 3 vials of potions that you guys had received. The first one, after taking some time, you notice that it is a potion of clairvoyance. The second one is a potion of superior healing. The third one, and I don't, this is up to you guys, how you disseminate this information. I'm assuming you're sharing this with everyone, but the third one is a potion of longevity. You also get a ring of evasion, and you get a Qual's feather token. Are you also taking time to take a look at the cards and the bag of beans that Calarian has?
If he'll let me touch them.
Yeah. I
Okay.
want to know what they are.
One is a deck of illusions. There are 19 cards in that deck. As I said, they are all blank, so you don't know what's on the faces of them, but you do know, or at least Talum lets you know, Calarian, that when you draw one of the cards at random, it will create an illusion of some kind of creature. And he kind of explains to you how you can use it while you're within 120 feet, just like the actual item says. Let me pull that up. Yeah, so it's in the compendium, so you should be able to see what the features are of that, but I already have the list of cards that are in the deck. And then the last one
Bag of beans.
is a bag of beans.
Very dangerous, be advised.
Waha Ha 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 ha.
How many beans are there?
What did I tell you? I told you in Discord the other day. Hold on.
Fucking Mummy Lord, eh?
There
Very
are.
dangerous. Be advised.
There
Isn't that-
are.
What CR? Isn't that like a CR, like, not us? Oh, yeah, 15. Fuck that.
There are 9 beans in the bag. So just make sure you keep track of those items, guys.
Okay, who wants what, boys?
What's so special about beans?
Yes.
You
Well,
plant
if I
them a
roll-
minute later, and
Yes.
bad things happen, or good things.
If I roll between a 91 and a 99, summon a pyramid that contains a Mummy Lord, and those we can't. We won't kill that.
Oh, these are magic beans.
They're magic beans.
Yeah. Now, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
So just as a note of clarification, you know that the beans will where the hell is that stupid thing? I just had it.
The beans will do something, but not sure what.
Yeah, you don't know exactly what it's gonna do.
No, well,
So-
then I'm saying it's out of character.
Yeah, I understand. But yeah, you just know that like what Talum tells you is that okay, yeah, don't dump this out on the ground because that'll explode, and he'll tell you that if you want it to grow, you need to plant it in dirt or sand and then water it, and then something happens after a minute. But he'll tell you like he doesn't know what's gonna happen.
They're very safe. You should plant them all right now in the garden outside.
Hmm.
Oh. No.
There's only 9. Okay, so who wants what? I feel like Perry is a good fit for the mace.
He has 2 maces. He also has the Siegebreaker mace, I believe I gave to him.
Out of curiosity, it says if I dump the contents of the bag on the ground, that means all 9 beans hit, and it does one big 10-foot explosion? Or is that like a 10-foot explosion per bean?
It's per bean. Well, no, I mean it would be the whole bag. So it would be one big 10-foot explosion for the damage.
So could I realistically just take the bag and huck it at somebody and cause the explosion? Or would I have to empty it out and then huck the beans?
Interesting. If you dump the contents, so I mean, if you're hucking it, yeah, sure, I'll allow that. You can. It's a grenade, sure.
Cool. I'm gonna.
There will be a skill. You'll still have to make an attack roll. But
Yeah.
sure,
Does that destroy the beans?
it does.
Oh, that's not very much damage.
Well, it just says you have to dump the contents. It doesn't say the contents have to be the beans. You could just take the beans out, replace it with something else, and then use it as a fireball, right?
I don't think that's how it's supposed to be interpreted. I know it's being literal.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you put rice in it and make it a fireball?
Well, we have found the 5e loophole, and now I am instructed.
Well, I mean, once you chuck the bag and the fire explodes, the bag's probably going to get incinerated. But you gather from the identify that the bag in itself is not what's nature or magical in nature. The beans themselves are actually enchanted.
I would advise we avoid using this to dump them out. But I don't know. The magical effects might be much more potent.
I mean, it sounds honestly like something we should probably just like hang on to when we can kill Mummy Lord, because I feel like just for shits, ignore this roll. But let's just see what I would have gotten right now. Okay, not a Mummy Lord.
I don't know. I think we should plant 5 of them.
He's so tempted to plant one. Perry, you
That would have
do
been.
you do have this mace as well, just so you're tracking, right?
Come on, Siegebreaker? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure you knew about it. That was the first one you found when you prayed to.
Oh man, I should have planted this bean.
Yeah, I have
That
it
was
set as
fine.
my main weapon now.
I'd get a dickhead statue for 24 hours.
Wait, so Perry, you don't want the Mace of Disruption?
I mean, I'll use it. The Siegebreaker is better because it has a +1. Mace of Disruption is good for like undead and fiends and stuff. And it's like a torch.
Well, you could hold on to both, and then just pull out the proper one for the proper job.
That's kind of what I'm going for.
Yeah, but then just remember which one you're enchanting with your Blessing of the Forge and whatnot.
Yep.
So you can certainly do that. If you're in combat and you have one in hand, if you would have to drop it to pull out the other one, and I believe it's an action to pick it back up to switch back and forth.
Yeah, but if you know you're fighting skeletons, you pull out
Yeah,
the
if you're about to start a fight, you're gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna pull out Mace of Disruption, or you know. But if mid combat you find out, oh, radiant damage does more shit, let me switch weapons.
Ellis, anything here you want?
The entire bag of beans. No, I'm good.
Make a wisdom saving throw. This is without
Maybe-
advantage.
Who are you talking to? Ellis?
Ellis.
So I guess the question about the deck of illusions, if I use a card, I don't have a clue what I'm actually
Correct.
using
You draw,
until I use it.
you draw a card at random, you throw it, something's gonna pop out.
It is much fun.
So it's
I-
a whole
even
thing of chance.
yeah, I mean, even if I said that there were whatever faces are on the card, you can't purposely draw what you want because it says you have to draw at random. So there are 19 cards in the deck. What you're gonna do is you'll roll a d20 when you want to draw a card, and or actually no, you won't. What you'll do is I can throw
Yeah, there's a way to draw cards on.
one. Yeah, well I have this. Yeah, so you could draw a card, and whatever it shows, I'll match it up to what's in the list that I have, and that's what pops up. And then once you do it, the card is gone.
I would imagine I do not get the aspects of whatever I draw. I just look like it.
No, it's a card you throw, and then the illusion appears.
Correct. You don't turn,
Right. So
yeah.
if I throw it, a lich pops out. Is that like an actual lich there, or is it just like a hologram basically?
It's a
hologram.
It's a hologram. Yeah.
Okay.
But
So it's just like oh shit, scary tactics.
yeah, it looks very real though until someone either perceives it or attempts to attack it. So could be very useful if done correctly.
It's
Alright.
like the wild sorcerer's way of casting major damage.
Yeah, it behaves as if it were a real creature. So
Okay.
I interpret it as it can probably talk and stuff depending on the creature it is.
So has anyone claimed Badge of the Watch yet?
Nobody specifically has.
I mean, I do kind of like the idea of going to a two-handed sword.
Yeah, but the damage increase is so marginal over the bonus of AC for people who can't use a shield.
Okay, I guess if no one else claims it, then I will. And yeah.
Okay. So for items that require attunement, make sure you're tracking what you're attuned to. You cap out at 3.
Wait, the feather token makes a tree, right?
That's what it says.
I really want Ellis to take the tree token.
That is Eva found that. So
Oh, Ava has it. Never mind. Sorry.
Alice, do you want this tree token?
What does it do?
Make the tree.
You can just drop it and it makes a tree. Like a big one.
You just drop it and it makes a tree?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Tizio, you wanted the Iron Stone, right?
No, I did not. I did not call for that one.
Well, I just thought last session you asked, but never mind. Okay.
Oh no, I probably just said it just to take it type of thing. But no, not really.
Okay.
I guess I'm curious. Actually,
Oh,
no,
there's
I
actually-
lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I'm curious. Do I even have a helmet?
not with chainmail, you don't.
Okay.
Ava, is there anything here you want?
Technically, you can just buy some, but
We
Would I
have
have to, would I have to pay like extra to make it special made to fit my weird face and head, or is there gonna be some
An
pre-made
actual
Dragonborn?
helmet. I mean,
Yeah.
there are plenty of Dragonborn within the city. You can easily find a helmet that, for the same price of a normal helmet, would fit your head.
Alright.
probably run you about 30 gold. Oh well, that's a great helmet. Never mind. We'll put you at about. If you're just trying to get a metal helmet to put on your head, it won't give you a bonus to AC, but it'll run you about maybe 4 gold pieces.
But does it even do anything, or
It looks nice.
that's it? Okay.
I
So
mean,
on like 2 or second edition or whatever, it would.
yeah. I mean, if you were wearing
nullify
if
critical
you were
hits.
wearing full plate, you would have a helmet with it. But you can't really like D&D's weird 5e for mix matching like armor like that.
Okay. It doesn't granularize it at all.
No,
Unfortunate.
sorry. I mean, there are magical items that are just helmets. Like you
Right.
actually you saw one in the House of Inspired Hands. There was a helmet there, and it kind of floated a little bit. But yeah, just buying a helmet from like Embrick and Navy right down the block, it would just be aesthetic at that point for you.
Well, that sounds like a waste of gold then. Unless we were using it for like a. Well, no, we're technically using it as something else.
You're trying to make a
Flashlight
flashlight.
attached to my head or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
A miner's hat.
Yes, but better looking.
Nope,
Sure.
exactly. Look.
No, it's
I want a hard hat with.
No. You get your
gotta-
own then.
And then you have to replace the lightning bugs inside of it to keep it on.
Oh god. David,
So
did you call dibs on anything?
I think, out of character, I think the only thing Ava could use is the armor. But I know Tizio was interested in that too, and I think he's like more likely to get hit than I am.
I mean, he has his own armor from his class, right?
hmm
I don't think it adds AC.
And yeah, that's true. And Tizio's armor, he would know that his also kind of transitions between. It goes under his armor, but he just has to wear clothing on top.
So can he use the armor or no?
He can use the armor if he wants to take time to readjust his power armor to that new set of armor. He could totally do that. So he would get the bump on AC. I just don't know what his reasoning for wanting the armor was. I assume it was so that he can switch back and forth between clothing and armor.
Pretty much that, and obviously the AC. But
Yeah. Because
Well,
right
what
now,
if you,
go ahead.
Tizio, what if you took the badge of watch for the AC? 'Cause you don't have to
I
do
can
it, right?
I can do that. It really wouldn't make too much of a difference because I have a shield as it is.
Oh, you have a shield. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a shield, so I could take the badge of watch then.
Yeah, that could work. And then Tizio could take the armor.
Okay. Cool. Also, just as a note, make sure you guys update your names at the bottom with your new AC once you're done with that.
I guess I'll take the ring of evasion then.
Sounds good.
What does the ring of evasion do?
It gives you advantage on deck saves, I think. If
No,
you
you
want
can
that, you
choose
can.
succeed, I think.
Oh,
I
Like
believe
a
that's what it
once a
meant.
day thing.
Yeah, once a day. Let's see. It has 3 charges. It regains 1d3 every day. When you fail a deck save, you can use 1 charge to succeed.
oh.
That
So
could
you-
come in handy.
Do you want that, Clarion, or do you?
You're no longer at disadvantage with your Boots of Elvenkind.
For stealth checks.
True.
This is like when I cast Fireball on you, which will
Yes.
definitely. happen.
That,
So
that was me.
realistically, you're probably less likely to get hit than I am. Or I guess would it benefit me more to have it?
I don't know. What's the deck? You can have it. It's fine.
Right.
I don't need it
Just-
as much as you do, probably. Yeah.
Also, isn't there a limit of how many magic items you can have at one time?
You can have 3 attuned items. I believe.
That's correct.
The boots require attunement.
No,
No, they do not.
Oh, okay. Does the ring?
the
It
ring
does.
does.
And I think the only other quote unquote magic item I have is the upgraded sword from someone.
In that case, I'll never eat again, and I don't know. Keep the potions in the bag, I guess.
Sure.
I don't think on the one that I gave you, the sword, I don't think you have to attune to it. Give me 1 second here.
You don't. It's just an automatic +1 until you no longer maintain that concentration on that spell. So basically, if you tinker with another object, it'll probably fall off. Because I think you're capped out, right?
Yeah, if
Yeah,
it makes
like
like a
two
4
items.
infusion, then it goes away.
Yeah, if I do another one of those, I forget what they're called. The
Infusions.
infusions, yes.
Cool. So now I have this obnoxious stone floating around my head all the time.
You'll probably get used to it, or maybe not.
It's quite small, and you watch as Talon, like, at first he gripped it into his hand for a moment, and then you saw him toss it up into the air, and then it immediately just kind of like caught in midair and started hovering around his head and then spinning rapidly. So there's almost like this like a aquamarine, like a faint blue halo that is now just kind of circling around his head.
Oh, it's going that fast?
Yeah, it's a high AC to hit. It's going fast.
Oh, I don't know.
It is.
Cool.
Like, it can be damaged. It could be like caught. It could be destroyed.
I guess we'll also turn our 2,000 golden bars into coins, so people can divide that up.
Probably not a bad idea.
Sounds good.
Do we have an idea how long it would take them to count the stuff and get us our quote-unquote sizable reward?
Well, we can totally get to that once you guys are
What?
done with everything you need to. I was gonna say.
So, also, before we leave, I would like to bathe, because I don't think we've ever bathed,
Sure.
and clean my armor from the stink of poo from the many Johnson in the sewer.
Easy enough to do, as you guys have a whole 10-day to work with that. But yeah, so waking up later in the day, just trying to assessing what you guys have, and finally like taking the time to figure out what you guys actually pulled from the vault. You now feel more confident in your sense of self, and the lot of you just casually head down back to Bagheerin's palace, just to see if they are done with their inventory of the income that has now been returned to the city itself. Somebody roll me a D100. And what'd you say, Clarion?
Didn't they say they'd reach out to us when it was done? I don't want to be a nuisance.
No, I don't think they said. I mean, you kind
I
of, it's
haven't-
kind of wish-wash. What's up?
I have in my notes that the lady said she would reach out to us.
Oh, well, then we'll say someone came to reach out to you.
Okay.
Look how fast that was. You get a knock on the front of the tavern door as you guys are just kind of distributing your equipment, and it's a City Watch individual, just standard human male, and he just kind of looks. He's like, excuse me, are you guys the ones that own the Troskull Manor?
Yeah.
Well, right. The Open Lord said to come here, or there, or Can you just go see the Open Lord, please?
Is something wrong with you? Or... Okay.
I don't know. What with me? I have a sinus problem. You know, changing weather sucks.
Okay.
But the Open Lord, you know, she said, you know, go see her. I don't know what it's about though. I don't even work in that district.
Cool. We're on our way.
Yeah. So
Someone's
are you guys in like trouble or something?
No.
Yeah, we killed 6 guards.
Tell me!
Really?
No.
If we were in trouble, do you think they'd send just you to us?
Oh, that's a good point. Anyway, yeah, have a good day. And he just walks off. So
Fucking nerd.
Don't worry, we only kill guards on Saturdays.
I mean, I don't think
I
we've
thought
killed
you were gonna
a
say
guard.
on Sundays.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Well, so it's as you guys are like chuckling amongst yourselves on picking on this poor young guy who just doesn't know what the hell he's doing. You actually see that there are several other City Watch members that are knocking on doors in the surrounding neighborhood as you head south towards the Pregarian's Palace. I would say Eva, with your high passive perception, you would hear them asking individuals what it seems to be that they're searching for some criminal who appears to be on the loose right now. Like they're having a hard time catching this individual, and they're like, right, just if you see anyone suspicious, just let the City Watch know. And they kind of all turn and look at the group of you as you're all just walking with all this heavy armor on, and then they just kind of shake their head. But then
Ava,
they go
hold out
back.
that bad thing.
Ava just waves with the badge.
Right,
Hello.
they nod in your direction, and then just
I feel like they
proceed
know
back.
who we are at this point.
They do. They recognize you. That's why they kind of
With the
shook their
number
head.
of times we've been arrested and still the shit that's happened in this neighborhood.
You get the sense that word has gotten out that you guys are a little better known now. But they don't hassle you or anything like that, and they just kind of let you go on your business. And eventually you can make your way down to the Castle Ward District and beyond. And for narrative's sake, you guys are able to speak with the front gate, let them know who you are, let them know what you're there for, and within short order, you guys you're not met with the Open Lord directly. You're actually met by Drannen. And as you guys are escorted inside towards the Great Hall, you can see as he turns to the group of you and he says, right, so it was quite a bit of money that we had to spend the day counting, but by the good graces of our Open Lord, she has decided to grant you guys a wonderful sum of 60,000 gold pieces as compensation for recovering and returning this lost treasure.
I'm sorry, how much did you say?
60,000 gold pieces.
Can we get that in platinum so we can actually move it?
Can you actually go out and hire someone to help me pick my job off the floor?
Drannen chuckles as he's like, I understand it might be quite a bit of money, and it's we'll call it fate that I am the one that gets to bear this wonderful news to you. As if you were ever looking for larger establishments or anything to house your particular needs, I'd be more than happy to oblige you. But with that being said, he escorts you guys over to what appears to be a reserve of some sort, and there you go through a number of security steps where Drannen has to kind of introduce you guys and get you through. Takes a bit of time, but eventually you see that there are several rather heavy satchels of a mixture of gold and platinum pieces that are just already laid out waiting for you. But they are there for your disposal.
So how much did you say was full plate again?
15 to 2,000. So.
Looks like I give that now.
So yeah, so Drannen kind of turns back to the group of you and says, "Now don't forget this dinner that's coming up next week. I don't know if the Open Lords mentioned it to you yet." You kind of gesture, yeah, that she has, and he
There
says,
should be peanut butter, from what I hear.
Right, peanut butter. I'll make sure I tell the guards that, get that along down to the cooks. This will be a formal event. I will be there, as will a couple other council members from the city itself. and
So-
he begins to inform you guys that while this is going to be a formal event, there will be no weapons allowed at the dinner. You guys will have to kind of like check that stuff into the armory once you guys arrive at the palace. He highly recommends, almost with an enforcing tone, to get something appropriate to wear. As he
The
kind of
full
look.
plate mail is out.
So he says, like, he can reference you to a couple tailors that can take some time to customize stuff for you should you need it. But while the ambassador for Thay and one of their Zolkirs will be in attendance, we need to keep up our best appearance. And while the Open Lord has graciously allowed the group of you adventurers to tag along, she's had nothing but high praises about you. It's still a political matter, and as such, you need to be civil in your discourse. Don't cause any
Alice?
trouble.
Alice?
What? No, I understand this is serious business. I'll get a tear-off suit or something.
I could fully see Alice going in with like a tuxedo T-shirt.
Just some
Larian with
just
his
some
miner's hat. And
just some cufflinks. No shirt, just cufflinks. That's hilarious.
he paints the tie on.
He does let you know. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys, because I gotta remember my list of people.
How many days out are we? Is this just like
This
the
is
next
this
day
is
after
the
we found
next
out?
day after you found out. Yeah, so
So we
it's
still got like 9 days.
roughly, yes. So you definitely have plenty of time. Give me 1 second, because
'Cause,
To plot our murder?
Papa's got some armor to buy.
Spells to learn, armor to buy.
Yep. Let's see here. So, Dranon lets you know that there are a few people who are on the council that will be in attendance. He lets you know that Osbar Malankar, who is the head of commerce for the city, will be in attendance. He lets you know that I can't pronounce this. Dathanska Maril, who is the overseer of the city guard. So they're basically the council of warfare and security for the city. They let you know that a man named Garrett Gravas will be in attendance. He is one of the primary. He's not really a council member, but he is a advisor to the Open Lord, as he and his company are a prominent source of military grade weapons of both magical and mundane variety that supply the City Watch, the City Guard, and outlying cities with their tech. You also know that a Jelen Umbresk will be in attendance, and you can see that while Dranon kind of mentions this one's name, she's like, she's a bit of an arcanist, but I don't know. I don't get along with her too well. She's just a soothsayer, in my opinion. But they'll be in attendance too.
All right.
Interesting.
Make sure I spell his name right. Yes?
I forget. We'll come to it.
second.
NKH.
Will she be the only other mage in attendance outside of the Feyans?
Yes, she will. The Black Staff is not going to be a part of this. Let's see here.
It'll be a little weird that the,
Well,
head mage of the city isn't there.
well, she's not the head mage of the city, so she in herself is almost like a sovereign entity within the city.
No.
It's almost like a dual leadership role where Vara does not get involved with political matters of the city. What the Open Lord and the Council does and the Mass Lords of the city do, that's on them. But if they cause harm to the city, she's going to get involved.
Okay. Hang on, look.
You might want to invite a couple more mages if you're inviting so many foreign mages into your place of residence.
You're volunteering?
Well, with me, it makes 2. I'm not too confident that's enough. Just in case.
Drannon tilts his head a little to the side, and you can see he shifts his weight from one side to the other and just rests on his ornate-looking cane. As far as I know, the Zolkir is the only one with any sort of understanding of the arcane arts. The ambassador here from Thay is just a representative. They've never shown any inclination of arcane use within the city. It could totally be possible that they are hiding anything of skill, but the castle is heavily warded from such things, so I feel quite confident that any issues that might arise would be snuffed out immediately. But this is a formal dinner. We should not be expecting any hostility, especially because Thay is requesting assistance from us. Now, the Zolkir of Illusion, I don't know too much about their entire political structure, but they were the one tasked to come to the city and show us the importance of their plight.
I don't trust the Thayans.
I'm sure their plight is oh so terrible.
No, be that as it may, it's not my position to determine that.
Every story I've ever read about Thay is not been a pleasant story. A brutal country, as I understand it.
So out of character,
out of character,
well,
they suck.
Well,
They're
right.
terrible people.
No. I'm just saying, like, out of character, the fact that it is not widely known outside of their country that they're involved in slave trade. They have kept up appearances as just being a mageocracy that tries to keep isolated from others, minding their own business. And they are a prominent source of magical items, and that is why establishing some sort of trade with them in exchange for magical items is highly sought after by multiple countries. And so this appears to be a prime opportunity for the city of Waterdeep to bolster its ability to acquire magical items for the use within the city.
What if Waterdeep found out that they are involved in the slave trade? I'm assuming slavery is not legal in Waterdeep.
Slavery is not legal. No, slavery is not.
However you want to flower it up.
Correct. Slavery is not legal in Waterdeep. You don't know how they would react to it.
I mean, out of character.
Well, right. I'm sure they wouldn't be happy.
They would be happy, or they'd be like, "Well, we don't like this, but we like your stuff, so we'll just pretend."
No, I mean, and especially again out of character. Like, obviously, Lady Silverhand would be like, "Fuck that."
I would imagine.
Yeah, so I mean that would be a big no-no. But as far as pretenses go, she and the way this is understood is that they don't know that secret about them. There are many things that people don't know about Faye because Faye keeps that stuff close to the chest.
Well, actually, this is all post spell plague and stuff. Is Neverwinter destroyed at this point, or no?
It is. That's why Daggle actually went there to help with the reconstruction. That's why he was kicked out as Open Lord.
I mean, they would. Wasn't it common knowledge that Zastam, who is like the head of Fae, was attacking them, along with followers of Asmodeus?
Not here.
I mean, I guess that could be taken offline and stuff, but
yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But as far as circumstances go, Faye is a mystery to many.
Last time is a dick.
Indeed. So anyway, Drandon lets you guys know that it's a formal event. He again reminds you no weapons. He gives you kind of a breakdown on who's going to be in attendance. Do you guys have any questions of him?
Just let me run past him. Formal wear, no weapons, best behavior.
That would be highly advised.
I guess what could be considered formal wear? Because I mean, I imagine some military people would show up in like military uniforms, but not armor and fancy dresses and stuff. Whatever. I guess we could probably figure it out. Never mind.
He chuckles, but he kind of looks down at his appearance, and he's like, well, I'm always usually in formal wear, and where's his fancy character sheet? You know, something that is becoming of council members of the city of Waterdeep.
Well, he said he was going to give us like a recommendation of like a place to go, didn't he?
Say again? Oh, yeah. He can give you recommendations of tailors and stuff like that. It's not hard to do.
I would like a recommendation because I don't seek this stuff out often.
Yeah.
Or ever.
Yeah, and he actually points you to a couple of tailors within the Sea Ward who, in time you can speak with them and get some measurements and stuff. Now, I mean, it depends on what you guys are trying to do as far as formal wear goes. Are you guys just trying to like deck yourselves out? Or are you just trying to get whatever you can that looks passing?
Full pimp coat and rings.
Ellis has a specific suit in mind, but nothing else apart from that.
Is it the suit from My Cousin Vinny?
It is. What?
Am I dating myself?
No, I know what you're talking about.
I don't get the joke.
I will post a picture.
It's I got it already. Hold up. Yeah.
I love that movie, but yeah, it is from like the 80s. Oh no, 1992.
There you go.
You can't see the back fully, but it's definitely got tails that go down.
Yeah,
the
it's
knees.
got tails. It's his lawyer suit, man.
Is it the red one I'm looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's fun.
Maybe an older movie, but it's hilarious.
Ah. No, I don't know if we're doing shit now. Ellis wants to get basically a white suit jacket, a white button-up shirt, white pants, and red shoes. Like dress shoes.
Okay.
Like as pale white as he can get it.
Yeah, like some Saturday Night Fever John Travolta suit.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. Yeah, okay. So we'll say that'll put you out about probably 10 gold pieces. Just for them to try to rush and get all that stuff tailored and measured to your specifications.
Just kind of like, yeah. I guess. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Come back. I'll see if I can get a picture or something.
Sure. Anybody else have any specific requirements?
You're just gonna want something, speaks the class. And, knows what I'm supposed to be wearing.
Okay, so something more more formal from maybe back home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Work.
Yeah, easy enough to do. Yeah, you some of the traditional garb from Port Damali, you actually have to search a little bit harder, but you do find a smaller vendor, actually in the trades ward for this one, who, after some conversation with a few half elves and halflings that are working together in this small shop, and they have happened to visit Port Damali at some point in their life, and they remember the wear and appearance of some of their higher end individuals, and thought they could, retailer that to their purposes and try to start that trend here within the city of Waterdeep on the Sword Coast. Hasn't been as big of a booming business as they would have liked, but they're more than happy to outfit you with like very meticulously crafted clothing.
Wait, do Dragonborn have messed up feet? Like not normal feet?
You have
DM,
5 digits on each foot. What's up?
Would it cost extra money to get like sporty wear so that it's stretchy and comfortable for moving around athletically?
Yes, if you are trying to get a suit that would not rip as soon as you start like squatting and running, we'll put you at about 25 gold pieces. Dragonborns have 5 digits per foot. Parry, that would probably run you, about maybe 10, 12 gold pieces. We'll say 12.
Imagine they have claws and stuff though too.
I mean, you have elongated nails, but not like raptor claws. If that's what you're referring to.
Well, I'm just looking at like artwork for Dragonborn stuff, and claws abound, and some have booted feet, some have like 3-toed with talons, and runs the gamut.
Actually, no, wait, you might be right. I don't think they have 5 digits. I think they have 2. It might be, or 3. I might be misremembering. Say again?
That open Tola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they do have 3.
So I mean, I have boots of Elvenkind now, so
yeah.
I got.
So if you look at the image that we have for Rashal, that is what the reference would be like. So.
I gotta find it.
I got it here. There you go.
He has open-toed 3 feet or 3 toes.
There you go. I misremembered. My apologies.
So did I like cut the tips of the boots off then?
No, they conform to your feet.
Okay. Wait, conform to my feet as in like they look still like a normal shoe, or do they look like those weird runner's shoes that have the individual spots for toes?
They expanded to encompass your foot as a solid piece.
Okay. Then I guess. Oh shit! I sound. Come back to me still.
Okay.
I gotta look. If I gotta look pretty.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I guess I can go with. I still want to. Now with all my money, I want to get some plate math.
Okay. Just standard plate.
I mean, is there a difference between plate and full plate, or are they interchangeable?
I mean, plate, full plate, same thing.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
Okay.
But what I'm asking is, like, are you trying to get? Are you just trying to get standard full plate, or trying to get something like enchanted with some kind of magical property?
Oh, I think the enchantment would have to be something that would come later, because that's probably going to be expensive. I would guess.
You do have 10,000 gold.
Right, but I figured we'd probably dump some of it in the inn as well.
Okay, so
So I'd say,
Make
well, I
Go ahead.
guess if I bought it, it would just be here's some steel, goodbye, or does it look nice and stuff?
I mean, plate armor doesn't look formal by any means, but you can easily find. I mean, Embrick and Avi make plate armor, and Perry would probably agree that it's of decent making quality. It looks very shiny and brand new. It's polished to a high sheen. Um, Never before been used. That new car smell.
We're talking something like this will This will not copy over.
That picture is hilarious. I mean, so are you trying to use that as your formal attire?
No,
Okay.
no, we'll come back to the formal.
Sure, sure. Yeah, I mean, not with the hue of blue, it'd be a silver, but yes.
All right. How much would it cost?
Make an investigation.
Well, actually, hang on. Yeah. Actually, I found. Oh, god damn it! It's on Pinterest. Kill me already.
The worst website in the
Yeah,
list.
I hate that website.
It's designed to be unusable.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, I want to. Here's this thing that looks cool. I want to click on it. Like, oh, it's gonna take you to 50 other things that are not what you want. So it's like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's really
Alright,
annoying.
So, or could it look something more like that?
Yes, I would agree.
Okay. Because I like that better. Would it cost extra to get like the sigil of Bahamut slapped on the chest? Probably it. Yes.
Make an investigation check.
If I'm gonna be dumping money into something,
Then make a persuasion check.
go cool.
Um, a balding human male with a pair of these thick black leather gloves, and he's got a large brown apron kind of tossed over his shoulder right now as he stands at the counter talking to you about this about this equipment. And he kind of looks you up and down. And he just kind of judges your size and your make, and sees the emblazoned symbol of Bahamut on your chest, and he says, "Yeah, I could certainly throw that on there for you. It shouldn't be a problem. Just give me an extra day on top of it. I look like I already have a suit of armor that'll fit you just fine."
Neat.
He charges you 2,000 gold.
Bring it down to. Did we actually turn the gold bars into coin?
Yeah, we did.
Or we did? Okay.
Everybody gets 333.
Yeah, and you guys can divvy out your platinum and gold from the palace if you so wish, because this has kind of happened over a couple days. So whatever you guys wish to
10,000
do in that
gold
time.
would be 100 platinum.
10,000 and would be 1,000 platinum, I believe.
Correct. I believe it's 1 platinum is 10 gold.
Well, what's going to be more expensive or more heavy is going to be the 1,000 platinum or the 10,000 gold.
I think volume is the bigger concern.
Well, I mean, platinum's very, very dense and heavy metal. I guess I don't know how much either weighs.
If I were to poke my head in a couple shops throughout the couple days we have off, just various times,
Yes.
is there any particular magic items I would find? Just something I could pick from?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here.
Yes. Ellis wants to buy night vision goggles.
Okay.
Just run around yelling that through the city.
Make.
I want to see in the dark. Give me something.
Do you really do that?
No.
Oh.
I would actually ask Perry or Tizio who know magic stuff if I can find a shop nearby. But that'd be funny.
Okay. So I mean, it's totally up to you. But there is a slew of magical shops that you can go to. Tizio does have some recommendations, I believe, right, Tizio?
Yeah, I was looking for the thing right now.
Yep, yep.
Oh, that guy who, okay, the guy who made me the plate mail.
Yes.
Can I sell my chainmail to him for any amount of money? I can't imagine it's gonna be much, but you know.
So he would give me one moment.
Or actually, does anybody in the party want some hand-me-down chainmail?
Chainmail some good.
He would offer you, just because of the age of it, the use of it, you know, obviously there's dents and scratches and obvious, you know, bits of repair and things. He would offer you about 18 gold pieces for it if you wish to sell it to him.
Sure.
Okay. So he will gladly take that off your hands for 18 gold. Go ahead and mark that down.
And I gotta do math.
Ellis, make an investigation check with advantage. Because Tizio's helping you out. There you go. Perfect. Nice.
Exactly what the story calls for.
Exactly. So, let's see. I have that somewhere in here. Oh, wait, no. That's not a note that I have. Give me 1 second. Where did I put it? Where did I put that under, Tizio?
List of shops that
I
you
got
gave
it.
me.
I got it. I got it. Never mind. Let's see here. So actually, as you are, oh, this is perfect. So, Tizio recommends you to head over to Balthur's Rare and Wondrous Goods, and he tells you can find it actually on the Street of Swords, which is surprisingly close to the Singing Sword where you had recently fought with. So you're like, oh, I know exactly where that is. No problem. You rush down over there, and you find Balthor, and he's a hearty man, and he's usually loud of voice, and greets people with a large smile and quite a firm handshake. And he greets you in, and he has all sorts of curious things, you know, everything from coins, gems, various different regalia from different shops all over the world. And it's a large assortment of sorts. And as you start talking to him, he says, oh, why, yes, I believe I do actually have a small procured item that can help you see in the dark. We happened to just get it about 2 weeks back. Could I interest you in a purchase?
Yeah, that sounds good. And then show me the weirdest thing you have, and I might take that too.
Make a
Just
persuasion
because
check.
I'm in the mood.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Oh, it's not an advantage. I don't know why I did that.
That's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
7. So, he produces for you what appears to be these very plain looking. It's a leather strap that kind of wraps around your head, and on the front of it are these 2 black lenses, and it's very odd in shape and very plain looking, and he kind of holds them out in front of him, and as he kind of holds it up in his eyes and inspects it, he's like, well, this here, a young fellow from Kalashan, came by and said that He was going to be giving up his adventuring days, the poor thing, and he said he no longer needed this. He said it got him out of many plights when he was traversing through some of the Underdark. But this should suit your needs. I can let this go for, well, we'll say about 1,500 gold.
All right. And the weird thing?
Ah, easy enough. He watches. He just kind of like turns around and just kind of looks around at just this slew of various different things. And after a moment or so, he kind of looks and he says, "Huh, I think this would pique your interest." And he grabs this heart-shaped vial. This here, if you drink this filter, you find yourself unable to love another. You become so enthralled and attracted with someone that you feel that you are in love.
A love
Anyone?
potion? You're selling me a love potion?
You wanted something weird.
That's genius. I like it. How much?
These are quite rare, and while I do not have a surplus of these in stock, I happen to have just this one peculiar thing. And since you are such a welcoming customer, I can easily give this over to you for about 1,200 gold.
Righty. A love potion and night vision goggles for 2,700.
Sounds like a deal to me, my friend.
Yeah, sure.
Beautiful. And you watch as he slides the two objects across the table to you. So go ahead and mark off that you have a filter of love.
Filter of
And
love.
you have a pair of night vision goggles. Anything in
Perfect.
particular you're looking for, Talon?
Particular, not at the current second, but I can give, if you give me a bit, I might be able to find something.
Okay, because there are lots of things that I can get for you.
No, I mean, I was just asking that question to see if you had anything you
I-
wanted to present. But
Oh, I mean, sure. I'll tell you what. Roll me a d4. Okay. So there are a few things that you can find as you just kind of like poke your head into a few places. For one, in one shop you actually find what appears to be this gold medallion on a heavy golden chain. And the shop owner, as he tells you, well, now this requires attunement, but you need some time to sit and focus on it before it begins to take effect. But while wearing this amulet on your neck, you feel like your constitution or your resolve has been strengthened.
strengthened how much?
Quite a bit. I haven't worn it myself, but this here would be considered an amulet of health. And then you find another shop who is actually a a small dwarven shop, and he has two things. What essentially surmises to a belt of dwarven kind and a pair of braces of defense.
That's pretty good.
Awesome. I will let you know in a minute.
Okay. For the yes.
I was gonna say, go ahead with them.
Oh, for the Amulet of Health, the older gentleman would charge you about 4,000 gold pieces. Oh, my whole computer crashed on me. What are you doing?
Oh my.
Oh my, that's terrible. What happened? There we go. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
We are good. I don't know what that was. Sorry, everybody. 4,000 gold pieces for the Amulet of Health. For the Belt of Dwarven Kind. Let's see, what did I have here? Give me 1 second, because I gotta pull it up.
Belt of Dwarven Kind is quite the magic item.
Mm-hmm. It is super rare. Yes, so, you get a +2 to your con. You get advantage on charisma checks when you're talking to dwarves. You have dark vision. You get advantage against saving throws on poison. And you can read dwarvish.
It makes you a dwarf.
It makes you a dwarf.
You also grow a beard every day.
That is not listed in here.
I would be interested in that because that would solve my whole flashlight problem.
Yeah.
And then some.
But this one is unfortunately a little bit pricier. They do want $6 grand for it. And then what was the last item I said? The Bracers of Defense. They wanted about 2,500 gold.
Okay.
I pulled it up on D&D Beyond real quick. I didn't see the belt part, but it's probably true because I remember. Oh, yeah, it's right there in my face. I'm an idiot. Yes, you have a 50% chance of growing a beard.
Dragonborn even grow beards?
You would with this belt.
So I don't have hair.
It will force it onto you.
You'll have to shave every morning.
Only if is it like a 50% chance when I put it on, or is it like a 50% chance every day or something?
Every day when you wake up, you roll a D100, and if you roll, I think it's 51 to 100, you start growing a beard.
Hey, DM.
Yes.
Where is that page that had from the book that I read? In note, like you remember the magic book that I had to read?
Yeah.
I had to roll an Arcana check to be able to read it.
Uh-huh.
I can't find that page in the... Oh, okay. It wasn't in the magic.
It's under player handouts books.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, that's quite literally a book. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'll probably DM you offline because...
Okay. Well, just go ahead.
Well, because it's getting late, I figured you were probably going to wrap it up.
We will be soon, but we have 15 minutes left, so...
I don't know. I need to think.
Okay. So, yeah. So let me just throw that in here real quick so I have it. So what did I say for the belt? I said $6 grand for the belt.
Yeah. Bracer Defense was 2,500 and Amulet of Health was 4K.
There you go. So let me know what you wanted to purchase from those magical items. If you plan on spending time trying to read that book, let me know.
Yep.
Because
so that picture.
Yes. Go ahead.
I just think can be considered formal wear?
I can't see my Discord actually. My Discord is completely black, so I'm just not going to touch it. Let me check my phone.
Yeah, that's formal wear, Claire.
I mean, I would want some changes or modifications to it, but
because apparently my entire Discord screen is black. That's so weird. Oh, the guy from Greenest? Yeah, that would be formal wear.
I don't know.
Well, actually, no, I would say not because
what's modifications?
It's formal wear for him, especially because that guy being the governor of Greenest, like there's still a semblance of protection that he has to maintain for himself.
Right, that's why I said with some modifications.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I lose the cape and that weird necklace thing he's got going on his shoulders.
Well, I mean,
and
wearing any
also the armor cup.
yeah, well, wearing any of the metal plating and trying to pass it off as formal wear is probably not going to fly. Like,
Okay, I'll decide that.
like I would say, like with the glamored studded armor, because it can change its appearance to look like clothing. That would be
How
like,
about this? Well, my formal wear will just be something. It's main color is blue, silver trim. There you go.
okay, easy enough to do. Probably just running about maybe 8 gold pieces for you to find something to match your attire.
Okay.
It's tough, especially in a political standpoint. They don't want any semblance of like I'm here and I need to protect myself.
As for my formal wear, I'm getting some formal wizard's robes,
Yeah, absolutely.
stuff like that.
Okay. That'll probably. Are you trying to get just like solid color?
Um, I mean, probably not a solid color. That seems a little bit weird, but
I don't know.
I'm not a crazy Thayan wizard. I don't wear all red.
Okay.
You also don't shave your head, do you? It cuts you the shit out of it, and also,
I mean, I am a wizard from
Attack Neverwinter.
today, but no, I do not shave my head.
Some decent formal attire matching like similar to the City of Waterdeep's color scheme or some traditional. So just so you guys are aware, each of the wards have their own color scheme. The Sea Ward, North Ward, all those places, they have their own color scheme for nobility, and usually you can kind of get a sense of where that person's house is based on the type of attire that they wear.
Blue and silver, one of them.
I think the Sea Ward is actually blue and silver. Let me double check real quick because I had that written down.
Fuck.
Hold on one second. I had it written down somewhere. I can get it out to you, but if you guys are trying to match colors from the wards, you can easily do that. I know since you guys are in the North Ward. Let me just Google it real quick, I guess. Because it's also in the handout that you guys have. The North Ward's colors are green and orange.
Ew.
Definitely not wearing those colors.
That
The
sounds like
Sea
actual
Ward.
vomit.
The Sea Ward is blue and gold.
Oh, okay. I guess if I'm wearing blue and silver, is someone gonna be like, "Oh, look at that low class piece of shit" or something?
I mean, your lifestyle is not based on the color scheme that you wear. I'm just saying, like a lot of the nobility, they try to represent their ward because throughout the
Okay.
year there are various competitions held within the city, and every ward has its own champion that takes part in those events, and so
So
colors. Go ahead.
if I'm not nobility, it doesn't really matter.
If not nobility, you wear whatever the hell you want. I was just saying, if
Okay.
you guys are trying to represent your ward because you have a manor there, those are your colors.
Oh, well, there's no way in hell I'm wearing green and orange, so.
I would totally do that. Anyway, so yes,
Because we have so much gold dust, because I bought 100 gold pieces of it, and I think we got more.
you did. You got a satchel of it.
Over the course of the week, I'll use a couple level 2 spell slots to cast Arcane Lock around our upper quarters.
Okay. Are you setting a password or just allowing certain people? So let's
I will
see.
set a password, and I will allow certain people.
It becomes locked for the. Well, hold on, because.
And I will try to procure some fancy locks that already have a high DC.
Okay. Let's see here real quick. A standard lock costs 10 gold. If you were trying to get a more elaborate lock, what you can actually do is if you speak with the what is the name of that guild? There's an actual guild who manages locks and doors and things like that. If you speak with them,
Locksmith Guild?
essentially, there's a proper title. I just can't remember what it is. Hold on. Castle.
You can request a custom lock or something.
Yeah, you can request custom locks, guild halls. Here we go. Let's see. Do, 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 do.
I would want to, if I'm getting a custom lock, I'd want a lock that doesn't have a key.
That does not have a key.
Yeah, because arcane lock becomes the key, right?
Um,
By nature of the enchantment. Like that's how it works.
Arcane lock puts a invisible arcane barrier on an object. It's hard to make a lock that just unlocks without a key, because once the tumblers fall in place and lock the device, how do you unlock it without the key?
Wait, I thought I might have misunderstood arcane lock, but I thought it like modified the lock, so the lock became magical.
Right. The lock by itself has a DC. When you add arcane lock, it jumps the DC by 10.
Yeah, so,
So if
do
you
you
get
still
a
need a key to open the lock when you use arcane lock? Or
Well, no. For you guys, how it would work is, yeah, it would have a lock, a keyhole there. You could use the password. It would pop the lock open.
yeah, so
But
if
you
I'm
can't.
getting a sorry, yeah. Sorry.
I'll get back to you on that, because I understand what you're trying to do. I need to see if that's like a possible thing, because otherwise, like it kind of breaks the system when you're saying like, oh, I want a lock that doesn't have a keyhole so people can't pick it.
No, there can be a keyhole. I just don't want a key made, like a physical existence of a key.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so if
Sorry.
you want a lock with a unmade key, so basically a randomized set of tumblers that even you don't know about, that would make it a pretty hard DC, plus the arcane lock. So it would be 50 gold per lock.
And that would get me to like
How many locks do you want?
we have the main entrance door, and then we have a couple. Probably two, I guess. The main entrance door, and then one for my room.
Okay.
Does anybody else want locks?
Well, the main entrance door to the tavern or to your upper bedrooms?
Upper bedrooms.
Okay. So what'll happen is the DC for your locks by themselves will be 20. And then when you throw arcane lock on there, that DC will be 30.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So I'm paying for 100 golden locks, and if Tizio wants one, I'll cast it on it for him, but he has to buy his own lock.
Tizio?
Yeah. How much is it?
50 gold for this custom lock.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Okay. Okay, cool. So you guys now have those locks. Where are you gonna put your lock, Tizio?
He said on
I
his
guess the
room.
door.
Oh, on his
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry. I didn't hear it because I was looking for other stuff. Okay. And are you asking Talum to set it only for you or for anybody in your house?
Just for me.
Okay.
I also add a password.
Are you telling him you're adding a password?
No.
What? Okay, I will get with you offline about that.
I don't think he would know when I cast it, right?
No, he wouldn't. It's not unless he. No, he wouldn't know.
Cool.
Adamantine armor costs.
How much? Let's find out, shall we?
I suppose would have cost because I probably can't backtrack at this point.
What does the adamantine armor even do? Sounds terrifying.
It's critical hits, normal hits.
Oh.
So you're basically immune from crits.
We should give Ellis some adamantite weapons so we can open doors better.
I mean, you can adamantine weapons as I'm understanding it, but
Yeah, crits inanimate objects automatically or something.
I have to get back to
I
you.
am very picky magic item wise with this
It's
character
not magic.
because I don't
adamantine is a
don't use
naturally
weapons.
occurring metal. It is, so it is. It may fall under a category of magic item, but it is not actually magic.
Right.
either way I'm kind of hard to a magic item for because I don't use weapons or armor.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't
Like,
use
if you-
material?
Yeah, because his body transforms when he attacks. So he would have it for some stuff, but then you'd see him ditch it to the side while he fights.
Well,
I would have to get price quotes on getting some adamantine armor because that's crazy. But aside from that, you guys have taken some time to essentially shop around, find yourself some formal wear, um, find and procure quite a number of wonderful magical items. Things are looking quite up for you guys. And what we'll do is we will pick up on the next session where I'll kind of give you guys a descriptor of the individual working now at the tavern. Her name is Sherry. She lets you know that she originally came from quite far away. She came from Western. She was the previous manager of Gilmore's Glorious Goods,
Oh
a
shit.
magical enchantment shop. They have expanded throughout the years, and over time she eventually felt that it's time for her to expand her horizons as a number of incidents in her past have caused her to want to vacate the area and just go abroad. She
As long as
doesn't
there's nothing that we need to worry about.
she doesn't get into like details or anything like that. She doesn't want to like hype up or talk about any of her past experiences. But you see that she's a half elven woman. She's a bit mousy with the large spectacles on her face and like a dark auburn hair. She is very excited at the prospect of managing this tavern. She is excited to be living within the city of Waterdeep. She lets you guys know that, like, rest assured, her intention is to make Trollskull Manor one of the most prominent taverns that you've ever seen.
Sounds good.
But so far with like in the
As long as she doesn't touch my sandbags, I'm good.
well, you guys negotiated with her on that. She is not doing any butler stuff for you guys.
Oh, sweet. Cool.
So her focus is solely on the tavern.
yeah, she would have trouble getting upstairs.
So, but with that, I mean, the first, few days or so of her employ, you can already see, like, even though she doesn't just show up when the tavern opens, she's actually there. She gets there every day about midday or so, and you can see that she does a lot of planning and coordinating of stuff. But she is very dedicated in what she is doing.
So real quick, I did a quick Google search. Apparently, adamantine is 5,000 gold per pound. So however many pounds of armor is.
Yeah, like I said, I have to do the calculations because it's a lot.
Yeah, damn.
It's go ahead. It's more
Plate
than what you
armor
have.
is 65 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
So
even
that
if you
much-
just got the armor plated on the outside, it would still be insanely expensive.
how much? Oh, wait, how much did you say? Wait, 60 pounds?
Yeah, it's
65.
65.
times 5,000.
That is 325,000.
Yes, it is.
So that's
don't
quite
have that much
achievable. We'll be there by the end of the day.
I mean, by
End
level
of-
20, when
Maybe.
we're raiding adult gold dragon like on that.
Hey, look, you guys know where there's some material laying around. That reduces cost, doesn't it?
Yeah, as we desecrate the temple of Marauder.
Well,
The cleric in our party. The
Dragon's
cleric.
not there anymore, but I think Perry would probably have a problem with it.
Yeah, he might.
Just googling price of adamantine armor is not even remotely close to those estimations you guys are doing. But
What
I
do you
mean,
get?
the temple technically like isn't guarding anything anymore. I say reuse, recycle, adamantine doors.
you're gonna fight Perry if
Yeah, I mean, I think my guy would probably do that, even though I don't follow that god. It would be, not necessarily evil act, but pretty fucking immoral.
Oh, he's an evil
defending
god.
the temple. Yeah.
And like you would pretty much be hated by the dwarf there. So.
They would know.
Eh.
All right.
Whoever said recycling was evil?
So, what we'll do is, for next week, just take some time to make sure you guys update all of your stuff. For those of you who updated your names on the bottom, thank you very much. Don't forget to do that. Let me know what you're attuning to. Let me know, how you guys adjusted everything. Keep track of your gold. Keep track of your items.
We're still level 5, obviously. Right?
You're still level 5.
And robes of the Archmagi, those would be 10,000 gold.
If that's what it says on there, but good luck finding
No,
them.
they're legendary magic items. They're not
Yeah.
10,000 gold.
No. I don't know.
I was just being a meme.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's what you could sell it for.
Okay, your suit also has a hat. You rush back over and you tell them that, and they tack that onto the list, but it'll be ready for you in a few days, definitely within time. Tizio, real quick, are you going to attempt to upgrade your armor?
Yes.
Okay. What are you trying to upgrade? Just the armor itself or your gauntlet?
The armor itself. 'Cause
Okay.
The armor, I can use that as my spell focus, so I'm gonna go with that.
Make an intelligence check. Okay. Now, make a dexterity check with your thieves' tools. So, dex plus proficiency. Okay. What's your AC currently?
It is 18 with a shield.
Okay. So it takes you some time, at least a day or two, but you manage to incorporate this crystalline heart into your armor, and it radiates like a small pulsating glow, maybe about 2 or 3 feet out from your armor. But you manage to increase the resistance of your armor by 1, so you have a +1 to your AC.
Fancy.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So your AC should be 19 now. Yeah, well, we'll leave it at that. Eva, was there anything that you were trying to buy or anything? You were kind of quiet towards the end.
Not now. Maybe I'll connect offline.
Okay, just let me know.
Hey, did we end up buying that the belt?
We haven't bought it yet.
Oh boy.
Haven't you spent most of your money on like a love potion and stuff?
Hey, look. Ellis did not find the belt, but the belt literally makes him better in every single way. It would make Ellis do exactly what Ellis does, but better.
So, is there like a list I could see of like magic items we can buy?
No.
We can afford? Okay.
Because that's a lot of work for me.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you have dude. I don't know what kind of preparations you have.
I have lists of common, uncommon, and rare stuff.
I just come up with a list and throw that to you and tell me what is available and isn't.
Yeah, I'll peruse through the DMG and you can tell me. Yes, I can get that. No, it's not available.
Okay, that works. If you guys are looking for something specific, let me know. I'll see what we do. But if you guys are just trying to find random stuff, there's rules that have to be involved in it. I'm not gonna price out everything in the DMG.
Well, there's actually a really good sheet that has prices for magic.
I don't think you have to do it. Yeah,
right. But I mean, also, the availability within the city. You can't get every magic item within the city.
Of course,
so.
no. Of course, there's six holy vendors for sale. They're 5,000 gold each.
No, they're 3 spots each.
You can dual wield them.
Oh,
you can Zoro it. Just put one in your mouth too.
You can use 3 of them at once.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, well, I will solo a Demi Lich right now.
Yep.
You
That's
could
how the
pull a normal
campaign's
lich
going.
with the Holy Avenger.
God, you guys. All right. So if you have any adjustments or third questions, I know it's readjusting all of your items and weapons and attunements is a bit chaotic, but let me know if you have any questions offline. And next week we will pick up for the dinner.
Yeah, probably should at some points. I know I've said this 1,000 times, but probably look into that whole quest I was given by the border.
Yeah,
20 years
sure.
ago.
Absolutely. I'm sure Drom is wondering what's taking so long.
Is that something I could do offline, or would you want to do that during game time?
We can talk about it offline,
Okay.
especially because you have a week of downtime now, so easy.
How long would it take to craft plate mail?
To craft plate mail, I will do the calculations for you. I gotta look at that smithing thing that I gave you. Because if you look in your notes there that are on here, where is it at?
Also,
Yeah,
does anyone want to give gold to the inn funds?
How much?
I was looking. It said like 65 days. I was curious if that's what you're gonna put as well. So
Yeah, because that's why I have the smithing tool thing up there. That for you to craft stuff, this is the chart we go off of.
all right.
How many Ioun stones can you have? Just one?
You can attune up to 3.
Okay. So it's just, there's not like a limit on the space. They can just orbit together.
No, they can orbit together. What were you saying, Clarion?
I was wondering if anyone wants to put some money towards the inn.
Okay,
For
yeah.
future upgrades and stuff.
Okay. I mean, are you keeping separate tabs on how much your inn is getting?
I can add that to the spreadsheet.
Yeah, you definitely keep tabs on that.
Or I mean,
It's,
also I just have it in my character sheet too. Right now we have 514 gold sitting in the coffers.
Yeah. So if you're gonna keep tabs on that, cause just every at the end of every 30 days or so, we can tally up how much the inn will get, and then if you want to tack in additional funds that you get in the meantime, just keep track of that as well, and then we can go back over to the upgrades for Trollskull Manor.
I'm gonna put 1,000 in
These
it.
things, sure. And if you ever wanted to start working on those things, let me know so that we can get that stuff worked on.
You guys want me to talk to you about doing upgrades, or do you want to just?
Yeah, we can talk in
I'm
Discord.
looking at the upgrades.
We should be around.
There's 2 pages of them, guys, just so you know. They're under Trollskull Manor, yeah, so.
I don't know if you've seen this before, but this might help you if you need to decide prices for purchasing magic items.
Is that on Discord?
It is on now.
I will check it as soon as my Discord is not stupid.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's
You're
just a PDF with it's called Sane Magic Items. It essentially makes the good magic items expensive and the less good ones cheaper.
Sounds good. Thank you for that. Okay.
Like, really expensive for the good
Yeah.
ones.
Well, hopefully I fairly priced out that belt, but we'll see.
I don't know. I can compare it to the PDF.
I think page 2 of the upgrades is probably something we don't need.
The Belt of Dormant Quine is priced at 6,000 gold pieces on the PDF.
Fairly
Oh,
good.
shit.
Good fucking guess,
Nice
huh?
job, DM.
The what is?
I accurately guessed a price on something that matched a PDF, so.
You should go on the game show for D&D. The Price is Right.
Dude, I would rock The Price is Right. I'm not gonna lie. I guess that shit right so much.
I need to cut open my my box with my books in it and look through the DMG tonight.
Dude, who else has pigeon lofts? Like, I like the idea, but do we know anyone with a pigeon loft?
I don't know. I looked at that second page. I was like, I think we might basically do like the entire first page before the second.
I mean, I like the scribing desk, but that's my own deal.
What is that one?
It lets you copy spells easier. And the shrine might be good for the cleric, I don't know.
Well, we'd probably have to bust down a wall and add in some stuff.
Nothing to do just clerical. More about you can cast a spell as ritual.
Yeah, so I don't have this listed up on the Trollskull Manor stuff, but if you guys are trying to renovate or modify
No,
the layout
it
of the
is
building
listed.
itself, no, let me finish my
Oh,
sentence.
sorry.
If you're trying to build like a forge room or a crafting room or like an alchemy room, stuff like a laboratory, I can we can coordinate that stuff.
Yep.
There's space around Troll Skull enough to where you might be able to expand it out a bit.
Goodbye, Avery. We are buying your forge.
Well, I'm more or less focusing on these buildings, but we'll see how.
No,
it
I was
goes.
just joking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're gonna put them out of business, and they're gonna be very upset.
No, we'll just
Well,
buy
we've already
them
got one
out.
person coming after us because we screwed them out of their money and
Well, we don't know if
They-
we actually screwed them. We
No.
we told the open lord who
well-
they
Yeah,
were.
yeah. Dranon would have. I forgot to mention this. Dranon would have eventually, at some point through the week, if you guys had bumped into him or talked to him while you were shopping, he would have easily told you like, yeah, Eastvale immediately, like 2 days, like the next day after, went up to the palace, bitched a lot, and then got a sum of money, and left you all alone.
yeah.
It's been handled.
She's been handled.
If thankfully, because you guys told the open lord about it, they were kind of anticipating it. If you'd have not mentioned it at all, it might have caused problems.
Then we would have got to kill some random noble.
Come at me, bruh.
Okay.
I mean, it's already dealt with. So, I mean, I can talk shit in the aftermath.
Okay.
How to curse the party in 3 words.
I said
It's
all this out of
already dealt
character.
with. Oh, that's 4 words. It's already
It's dealt with. Hey, look. I can't say anything because there's more to it than what you understand. But okay.
Ah,
I'm just saying.
Wait, we can get
somebody
a vault.
somebody broke in your house and started ransacking your shit.
That did happen. We're upgrading.
That's great. You put a lock on the door.
No. I told you I would DM you offline. There's more plans.
Okay.
And
I wanna-
until
I
we
wanna
get
open a
the
bank
4th
account.
level spell, what is it called? Mordenkainen's.
Tomb of Foes.
Isn't that like? Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Isn't that like 7th level of the
Protective
mansion?
Sanctum?
Oh,
Private Sanctum.
Oh god.
It's called Private Sanctum. It's a 4th level spell, and if
Oh.
you cast it over a year,
yeah.
it makes a place immune to teleportation.
Nice. That's right.
can you
Yep.
buy bags of holding?
I mean, they're magic item.
It is a magic item. You could attempt to find somebody with one to purchase. Yes.
I mean, I probably wouldn't mind having my own.
Yeah, I understand
But-
that.
You can keep all your evil things because you're on the run from the law.
Yeah, I would say because
Evil.
of the amount of I don't think it's going to encumber you guys carrying 10 grand on you. So
Fucking A, it's 4,000 gold for a bag of holding? That was like a few hundred.
it's
No,
it takes
bags
a
of
long
holding are
time to make
good.
yeah, it takes a long time to make a pocket
Yes.
dimension.
But we can make
Just a pocket dimension.
You can get a vault. You can get a vault for 200 gold
Yeah.
for the inn.
installed in the inn. Yeah.
Yes, because
That's gonna take more time though.
It's going to take about a month. But
So then I'm gonna open a bank account at the National Bank of Waterdeep.
Are you gonna get a debit card?
okay,
Yeah.
so there are, I believe, 3 noble families that run banks within the city. I will get you that list.
Okay. Because I would like to deposit all, but like
Do they pay interest?
No.
Like, what's the interest rate?
There-
2%?
There's no interest rate. It's they hold your money, they don't invest your money, and then if you want to come get it, they get it.
Well, then how are they
Okay.
making money from my money? Doesn't sound like a very profitable bank.
it doesn't. But if it's run by a noble family, they've probably got other investment opportunity or other
We
income.
should start a bank. We should start loaning money to people
Or
and then shaking them down for their loans when they don't pay us back. Because we definitely have the ability to do
that
that.
sounds awfully not right.
No. When they're late, we shake them down. Like, you know, that's what banks
Yeah,
do.
hold, yeah. Let's hear tell him out. Hang on.
Correction.
We just use our out-of-game knowledge to run a tycoon.
Yeah.
If anybody by chance work for Bank of America, they're really good at fucking people over.
Right.
Yeah.
So
We start a banking empire.
correction, because I misspoke. They do invest the money that you deposit just like a normal bank. I totally misspoke. I'm tired. But because that would make no sense.
I want my 0.5% interest rate.
Well, now that you said something, now you have to actually, compound our interest and stuff.
No. They invest your money. They don't pay you interest for holding. They hold.
You're paying for protection because
You're paying
in this
for
world,
protection.
money is real.
Right.
There's no digital. They can't just like put it on a server.
Right. So they have to physically guard your money, and then they use it to help with the development of the city or rebuild orphanages like the Castellanters. They're well known because of their philanthropy in helping rebuild the city.
Are any of them FDIC insured?
No.
So I guess then I'm curious: are we going to be paying them to hold our money?
No, you are just allowing them to hold your money with the trust that they can
When it's time
use
to
it
take
for
out.
investment, and when it's time to take out, you will have it.
Okay. And what if they don't? Where's the insurance? What if they go under?
We kill them. We're adventurers.
Yeah, but I won't get my money back.
Look, man, FDIC was not a thing until what? Roosevelt?
Well, then,
We're waiting.
I'm just saying.
No, they're not.
Who's the FDR equivalent in D&D?
We are.
Yeah, we're starting our banking empire.
Like I said before, if we're switching to Acquisitions Incorporated, that can happen.
No.
Anyway, I know. Alright, yeah, so if you have any offline questions, just ask me. It's going to be a busy week for me, but hopefully I can get everything all situated. I will post proper notes with those people that are attending the dinner again, just so you guys kind of know who they are.
I mean, I wrote down notes of at least their names and their
Well,
occupations.
I certainly hope other people did the same.
I remember Garrett. I remember that name.
I mean,
Primary
he's
advisor of the
sharing
Open
his-
Lord.
He's sharing his notes, so I was going to rely on him.
Yes, my notes are public. But there is a $5 access fee, or you can pay me 2,000 gold in game.
I'm going to do neither of those things and then just wing it and make the
Hey.
remind me of it every single time I ask.
There's going to be a point where that's going to stop because it impacts your character and their future development.
No, it doesn't impact my character. My character remembers it.
Mhm.
The guy behind the character does not.
I don't know. What's your
He
int
has it in
score?
memory.
Where it's DM
One.
and playing is a two-way street, man.
Can
Where are
Legend
your
play-
public notes?
He posts some on GitHub. He's gonna throw it on Discord, I think.
They're pinned.
There you go.
They're pinned in Discord.
All right, guys. Well, you have a great night, everybody.
Yeah, you too.
I hope you guys had fun.
Um,